A very good morning from the Roehampton Club in southwest London. We're here for the fourth edition of the GC Test match, England versus Spain. And you're just looking at some pictures on our feature lawn, Lawn 4, where we will be covering all the matches over the next 3 days. My name is Stephen Allen, and together with our core live stream crew, we've got Roderick, Ludolf and Duncan, and a team of expert commentators led by Chris Clark will be bringing you all 3 days of this golf croquet test match. We'll be kicking off soon with the opening ceremony at 10 a.m. and play due to start in earnest around about 10:20. So this is the lawn that you're looking at here, Lawn 2, where we'll be covering these matches, and they are in absolutely magnificent shape. We've been here for a couple of days setting up and watching the ground staff work their magic. It's been absolutely remarkable, and we're in for a real treat. This is the first live stream croquet event at Roehampton, and a special thanks to Mike Patterson, the croquet captain here, for organising the facilities to enable this production, and to the wider croquet membership at the club for their support. As always, we're grateful to Croquet England for supplying all the live stream equipment. And finally, we're delighted to announce that we have a sponsor for this event, the Sugar Beach International Croquet Cup. You'll hear a bit more about them over the coming days, and our thanks to them for their support. So we'll just leave the cameras running as the final preparations get underway. And also please do refer to Croquet Scores. They'll be keeping you up to date with all the latest scores. And please do feel free to comment on the live stream on the Croquet England YouTube channel. We've, just before play starts, we've got Duncan, who's going to be our roving reporter, and he's hoping to grab a few words with some of the players before the official ceremony gets going. So over to Duncan and see if he can do his pit lane bit and see who he can grab. So we're going to ask Ludolf on our camera to follow Duncan. Hang on. Bear with us while we sort that out. We're saying also that our tournament manager is Jonathan Powell, followed by Tim Russell, who'll be managing later on over the weekend. And we also
Hello everyone. We're here in Roehampton and the sun is shining for the England versus Spain test match in its fourth year. We're here with the players. We've got the two captains here. They'd like to introduce themselves and their team members.
Hello everyone. I'm John Paul, JP Mobley. I'm the England captain here. On behalf of the England team, I'd like to welcome you all to the fantastic Roehampton Club. We'd like to first of all thank the club for hosting this magnificent event. We would like to extend a very warm welcome, of course, to our opponents, the Spanish team. I thank you very much for bringing fantastic weather with you this morning. It has not been this way in the English summer so far, so this is superb conditions. Thank you very much for that. It is my honour and privilege to be able to introduce the rest of the England team here this morning, so I'll do so in seeding order. Our sixth seed this morning has had a very good result recently, was here at Roehampton last weekend, and was successful in winning the Roehampton Open Series and including beating Reg Bamford 2-0 on his way. So I'd like to welcome, first of all, Toby Savage. Second of all, I'd like to introduce a player who's already been successful in winning one of our Championship Series events so far this season, and he's also the reigning Shield winner for 9th place at the most recent World Championships. It's Stu Smith. Our 4th seed this weekend has had a very successful last couple of years, breaking onto the croquet circuit. He is the reigning world and European under-21 world champion and has previously won both the Open Golf Croquet Championships and the European Championships. It is, of course, Aston Wade. Our 3rd seed this weekend is someone who is the reigning under-25 Open Croquet champion and is also has been a winner of the Inter Club with Nottingham several times, and of course it is Mr. Ewan Burridge. And last but by no means least, a no stranger to international play for England, we have a seasoned veteran on the AC circuit, most recently being champion with England in the McRobertson Shield, going undefeated in both the singles and the doubles, and of course in golf croquet, recent winner of the East Anglian Championship, Jamie Birch. I'd like to hand over to Andres, the captain of the Spanish team. Thank you.
Thank you, JP, for your kindly words, and thank you to all the Roehampton Club, and of course to the English Federation. And just a quick introduction to the Spanish team before starting this fantastic test match. Okay, first of all, top Spanish ranked player and our most international player, widely known all over the croquet world, so nothing else needs to be added, José Riba. Used to bring out the best of himself in major events, and this is a major event. Hopefully, he will repeat the great performance that 2 years ago at Hurlingham led Spain to an historical victory. Manuel Álvarez Sala. It has only taken him a few years to be considered as one of the best Spanish players. Call to give great joy to Spanish croquet, Patricio Garay. He has recovered his best level that a couple of years ago led him to become like Spanish champion. He played at a fantastic level a couple of weeks ago to get the double events championship together with Patricio. Nicolás Denizot. And after some years out of the top positions, he's back. In a very special week for him, we hope your father will guide Spanish team to the victory. And just in regards to me, very proud to be in my first appearance as captain of the Spanish team. Thank you, everybody. How are you doing?
So we'll just leave you with these shots showing the players getting ready for play. As I said, play may be starting in the next 10-15 minutes. Please stay with us both today and for the duration of the whole tournament, and have a fantastic day of really thrilling croquet.
So we are here in Roehampton. It's Friday, the first day of the test match between England and Spain. The sun is shining, the lawns are looking beautiful, and the players are just getting ready. They're getting a little practice in. And the crowd are excited. We've got lots of people here. Come down to watch here at Roehampton. Thank you to our sponsor, the Sugar Beach International Croquet Cup, who are sponsoring this event and the live stream. And we'll be watching the players here, having a little hit around, testing the pace of the lawn. These lawns are beautiful. They're running fast, and with the sun out, they're going to dry down a bit. And I'm sure they'll be running very quickly later on. So it'll be a tough match to play, tough field. The best in England, the best in Spain. This is what we're here to see. And we're ready. Oh, Manuel just showing off his excellent hoop running skills there. And we have our tournament match referee here, Francis Coleman. Francis, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine, looking forward to it. Much better weather than it was last week for the GC Open.
Yes, I was there at the GC Open and it poured with rain. There was sideways rain, it was horrible, yeah. But look at it here. The sun has come out.
It's like a different
and
country.
yeah,
lovely.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, I used to be a member here at one point, and just before COVID decided I couldn't make it because it was taking me 3 hours to get in. So I resigned. Fortunately, because if I hadn't, I'd have been a member of two expensive clubs, Villas Court and Roehampton.
Well, I'm glad that you've been able to come back to Roehampton today and do the refereeing. This is great. Players are just getting warmed up now on the lawns, testing the pace. and we will be kicking off shortly in about 10 minutes or so. Our first matches will be Jamie Birch and Ewan Burridge in a doubles against Patricio and Nicolas from Spain. And we will then also have another doubles, which is Stuart M. Smith and Toby Savage versus Andres Alvarasala and Manuel Alvarasala, pairing up their brothers. And we also have a third doubles to start off in this first round, which will be JP Mobley and Aston Wade versus Jose Riva and Juan Ojeda. Thanks to all those tuning in. We're live here on the lawns in Roehampton. The sun is shining. The players are ready. And thank you to our sponsor, Sugar Beach International Croquet Cup. Croquet England sponsoring the live stream as well. Croquet England providing the whole team here, the kit and the setup for this live stream to bring croquet to you around the world. So thank you very much, Croquet England. Wouldn't be possible without them. Toby Savage here, just having a little practice. Toby was here last weekend for the Roehampton Open, where Toby beat Reg Bamford in 2 games in the semi-final, taking him through to the final to play Aston Wade, where he won in 2 games as well. Toby on top of his game at the moment, so we're looking for some excellent play over the weekend from him. Really accurate, and if you haven't seen him play before, he has probably the biggest swing in croquet and the biggest jumps. So look out for that. You can see there the lawns are running really quickly. Hello from Roehampton. So, for the fourth international test match between England and Spain. First of these test matches was held in 2019, where England won. In 2022, Spain won. Last year, England retained victory again. So we'll see whether England can do the same as they did in 2023. Here in 2024, we're at the beautiful Roehampton Club. The lawns are looking beautiful and the sun is shining. The team at Roehampton have done an incredible job prepping everything for the competition. They've been here the last few days, getting the lawns set up, getting the pavilion sorted, getting the live stream arranged, and they have done an incredible job. I'm here with Lynn, the chair of the croquet section at Roehampton. Lynn, you must be very proud to be hosting this match.
Yes, and we're honoured to have this test here. It's really good, and I'm really looking forward to some high-class croquet over the next 3 days. We're pleased that they're here, and we're pleased our lawns are looking so fabulous, thanks to our grounds team.
They are looking amazing, and thank you very much to your team and the Roehampton Club. It's great to have everyone here, and we are very lucky with the weather. Sun is shining. Bit of a difference to last week at Roehampton, where the rain was pouring, sideways even. But it's looking good. We'll be here over the next 3 days. So we've got today, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, a packed schedule of play, and you're going to see some top quality croquet this weekend. So make sure you stay tuned. Onto the live stream will be available to watch on the Croquet England YouTube channel.
time that this has been held, and we're going to start off with some coverage of lawn 2 of the doubles between the top Spanish pair of Andres and Manuel Alvarez Sala against the number 3 pair for England, Toby Savage and Stu Smith. So the players have had their warm-up and they're about to start the match. I'll just let them move away from corner 4. Just shaking hands. And that's Manuel playing the blue ball. The lawns here are absolutely delightful. They're running at about 13 seconds, and because they're so fast, it's going to accentuate the very small hills that there are. So balls have definitely been moving 2 or 3 balls one way or another, and the players will have been trying to get used to that during their practice. So playing red here is Stu Smith. Interestingly decided to go deep there. Haven't decided that blue's quite good enough to justify 2 shots at it, and perhaps that's the right decision early on, but it does look like a fairly straightforward hoop for blue. Andres Alvarez Sala playing the black, and doesn't want to block blue. Yeah, it's just moved past it. Another good shot. So, playing yellow, we've got Toby Savage, and Toby won the Roehampton Open weekend last weekend, with quite comfortable wins against Reg Bamford and Aston Wade. So, great to see him back in top form. Yellow shoots at blue, misses by 2 or 3 balls on the right. Now, one of the things you'll find this tournament is it's going to be really important as to how well the players pick up the pace of the lawn in the first 20 or 30 minutes. And that blue, black and red, they're all really good for pace. So that's a really good sign that they've picked that up straight away, because these are significantly quicker than they were 7 days ago for the Roehampton Open. Probably running about 11.5 seconds a week ago. Now it's pretty close to 13, I think. So first hoop shot goes to Manuel. Hit the near wire first, and that's never going to go through an Atkins. The hoops aren't going to be difficult because the ground's soft, but if you've got a slightly angled hoop and you hit the near wire first, you've not got a hope of going through. So Stu will again take his longer hoop. That's a good shot. And England get the first hoop on the board. Of all the matches today, this is what the Spanish are going to think is their banker. It's their number 1 pair against England's number 3 pair. So they really expect to win this one. And if England can get a win out of it, it'll be a massive confidence boost for the rest of the team. Lovely positional length again there. I played here yesterday on lawn 4, which is a little bit slower than these front 3, and it's probably about 100 metres away. And I found for the first sort of 5 or 10 minutes I was always overhitting. So it is tricky. Now, is that black good enough to shoot twice at? Has Toby got a double? This looks like a positional shot. You can tell when Toby doesn't cast over his ball that he's trying to take position. And if there's one weakness in Toby's game, it's that positional side. And he'll be very happy with that. That's 2.5, 3 yards dead straight, and that'll be very much within his comfort zone. He could easily be 4 yards away at an angle, so decent shot from Toby. Won't be trying to get as close to the hoops as the other players, and we'll rely on his shooting and hitting the ball straight. So they'll be trying to float this blue ball in to try and block any target that red's got of black and the hoop. And that's moved quite a long way to the right there. So when you get a faster lawn, it accentuates the hills. If this was middle of winter and they were sort of medium pace, they'd look virtually dead flat. So let's see if Stu can build on his excellent hoop one with a clearance. Got it. Excellent. So, would have been ideal to have hit it more centrally up to the north boundary, and black can now clear yellow, but he's given his team a bit more play. Yellow's probably going to get a shorter shot than red had, and hopefully if they hit 2 or 3 of those, they'll get back into the hoop. And equally at this early stage, just forcing your opponent to hit these 4-yarders is a good idea. People aren't settled straight away. He's hit that in the middle, and look how far black's travelled. He's only hit that at mid-pace, but it's going to be very difficult to make a clearance and keep your ball close to the hoop due to the speed of the lawns when the balls are 4 yards apart. If the balls start getting to 4 feet apart, then they'll be able to play a nice stop shot and keep control of the back ball, but almost impossible to stop your ball over a longer distance. Toby playing in here. He's prepared to let blue have a go at the hoop, and that is his weakness. As I said, that's tried to get between blue and the hoop, and he's left it 3 yards short. So another hoop attempt for Manuel. See if he can do better than hoop one. Fantastic day here. It's a lovely blue sky. Yeah, straight through. So what you'll find with the Atkins is if you're straight on them, they're fairly straightforward, but once you get at a sort of 30, 35, 40 degree angle, then they can become reasonably challenging, even in this softer soil. So that touch of getting your ball dead straight in front on this fast lawn is really important. That's another good effort there from Stu. He's only a couple of balls short there, so very good. And the Spaniard's deciding, is it good enough to take 2 shots at? I think black should play in here, because it's not that short a hoop, and it isn't absolutely dead straight, so I would play in here as Andres and let Manuel clear with blue. So this is the 4th time this test series has been held, and interestingly the away team has won each time. So England won the first one in Spain, then Spain beat us at Hurlingham, and then we went back to Spain last year and had our most comfortable win 18-8. So Spain are going to be hoping that the away team continues their good form. Pretty good attempt from black there. It's taking position from a long way away, but it's just finished about 2 feet short. Toby can now try and get a better position than red with yellow, and if he were to do that, red could clear black instead of having to take a slightly long hoop on, but he's finished a yard short, and now red will take the hoop on if blue misses. Oh, in the middle. Lovely shot. Now, I think black's probably a bit too angled to run that, so I don't think red will need to shoot at it. It's quite likely just to take 2 yard straight position. So you're just coming to have a look as to... It doesn't look runnable, but it does look jawsable. If you play them dead weight, you can get in the middle of the hoop from quite acute angles, but again, hitting it dead weight brings that potential for the lawn to come into play and just move it half the ball, and you'll miss your desired target. So yeah, he's not clearing black, he's just going to play in, and that's overhit. And these shots, which if you're a club player you'll think are pretty straightforward, just from 7 yards taking position in front of a hoop, for this first half hour of play will not be easy. You're hitting it so much more gently than you used to, and I always say a positional shot failing is the equivalent of missing a 6 or 7 yard clearance. So positional play absolutely vital. So probably clear yellow on the right hand side here, moving yellow to a wide angle and keeping black straight on in front of the hoop but on the boundary. He'd have preferred to take that thinner. He hasn't. By hitting it thicker, black's moved closer towards third corner. He could have hit that sort of 1/8 ball and got a much straighter hoop for black. Yellow will just play in again. You're hoping to block black's shot at the hoop, but fundamentally at this early stage just making sure you get good hoop position. So either dead straight or fractionally long to potentially block black at the hoop. And he's only touched that, but he's again overhit it. And they are genuinely quick. Really good job the groundsmen have done on these. So no pressure now on blue and black. Blue can play in, and it's gone deeper just so it's not an easy stop shot clearance for red. At this level of the game you'll rarely find the players playing to 2 or 3 feet away from their opponent ball because it's such an easy stop shot clearance. So they'll play deeper, or they'll play wide on the opposite side of the hoop to the other ball that's a non-runner. So Stu trying to block blue at the hoop, and he's done that. That's a good shot. Black can now take a choice of having a go at the hoop or clearing red, and I think he'll probably take the hoop on, because he knows that unless blue's blocked by yellow, blue can get rid of the red ball. So a tough hoop this, reasonably angled and 7+ yards. So he's had a go at the hoop, flicked the outside of the wire, and that's no good at all. Hitting the middle of the wire wouldn't be too bad, you'd stay a few yards away from the hoop. Now yellow can afford just to take position. Blue shouldn't be able to clear both red and yellow in the same shot, so you almost want to arguably not block blue at red, because that would allow a double clearance. You can put yellow in a place where you can't clear both balls, but yellow's still in front of the hoop. And then black's gone all the way off the lawn on the western side, so it's going to have to 20+ yarder to get back in the hoop. So I'm not dreadfully keen on what I would have done if black had stayed close, which is try to block blue at red. Now I'm going to just take hoop position and not allow a double clearance. And he's clearing this. He's either clearing it or he could be snuggling. Now snuggling is where you tap it gently and try and finish on top of the blue, so it can't get anywhere south. Again, not a strength of Toby's, and he's overhit that again. I didn't like the choice, because I think now blue does have the option of a very gentle clearance, and you want to hit it on the right hand side as we're looking at it, the left hand side as Manuel's looking at it. So blue goes to the short boundary side. So he hasn't hit that as finely as he wanted, but I think he's got enough that red can't get in through the hoop, at least. It can certainly get in the jaws, and then yellow can clear blue, but blue will have a shot back. I'd much rather now yellow was a much closer ball to the hoop, so nudged it into the jaws, And when you can get in the jaws of an odd numbered hoop, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11, they're always giving you the option to run it down to the next hoop, so you're more likely to win 2 hoops in a row. And again, black just deciding to play in. Lots of people will think, well, why doesn't Toby play yellow at red here and score the point? And it's because he hasn't got enough control to get red accurately down to hoop 4 that way. So he wants to just do his focusing on a power clearance on blue, hopefully down towards where our commentary spot is, down near corner 4, and then hoping that blue misses a very long shot back at a small target of a ball in a hoop. But it's not an easy clearance early in the game. 7-yarder. That's good. And one of the beauties of the pace of this lawn is he only hit that about 1/6 ball, and he's rushed it off the south boundary. Maybe. No, it's a yard short. But that is only just out corner 1. Andres is looking, and he might even have hoop 1 in the way as well. An even bigger bonus. If that's the case, blue will just give up and play onside north of the peg, probably trying to block. The problem is, if you go to the normal place between 3 and 4, trying to block red going down to hoop 4, it allows the potential for red to run in front of hoop 4 as it runs hoop 3, and then if black takes position, yellow's got quite an easy clearance on blue to the long boundary. So blue going into the normal place between hoop 3 and hoop 4 is dangerous. There's a lot to be said for playing 2 yards south of yellow off the boundary. And that's, they're clearly, I think if red was open, they would have a go, even if it's a really small target, because if they hit it, they've got a good chance of being in control of the hoop. So he's trying to get north of the peg, and he's done that sensibly. So he hasn't gone to the line between 3 and 4, because that gives yellow the 7-yard clearance. He's gone much closer to the peg, and that means yellow's clearance is more like 10 yards. So I think that's a good decision. And can Stu just flick off a wire down here and get in front of hoop 4? This one's definitely moved 2 to 3 balls in practice. I didn't get the wire. So he's first ball down to 4, but it's not a runner, and equally importantly, it's on the wrong side of the hoop. If red has finished not in a runner near the short boundary, it's a very threatening ball to clear black a long way away, whereas now red can only clear black to a short boundary. So still be disappointed with where red's finished there. You really want to just flick the far wire and straighten the ball up a bit. Lovely positional shot with black. Yellow will play in, and blue will also play in, unless it ends up with a perfect double with yellow in the hoop. Now this is a much better positional shot from Toby, I think. Yeah, that's good, and I think he's just about blocked the hoop. So red looks like it's got 3/4 of black. I think blue will play in, just trying to make sure it doesn't get between red and black. Sorry, trying to get between red and black. But even if he's 2 yards in front, this is a strong position for black and blue. So he's made sure he doesn't overhit it. He's in front. All red can do is clear black 7 yards away, and then black's got this lovely clearance. And if it hits yellow fairly centrally, not only will yellow be a long way away, but black will move towards hoop 5. Yeah, nicely in the middle. And Stu has got one of the best stop shots of the England players. You can see on several of the shots where he's trying to get a bit more spin and control of the ball, he'll stop his mallet, and that creates more of a skidding motion rather than a roll. So a big shot this. Yeah, good shot. Again, that wouldn't have a chance on a normal lawn. of getting yellow off the west boundary. He's really taken some off that. He could have hit that probably 30 to 40% harder easily, but he doesn't need to. He's only hit it 3/4 ball and it's gone off the lawn, and now Toby has to shoot back at blue. His performance against Aston Wade in the final of the Roehampton event on Sunday was apparently just a display of power shooting and power hoop running. Ran hoops from the far boundary, cleared balls that were 30 yards away, and he's very much a hot and cold player because he doesn't get as close to the hoops as some of the other team members. So when his shooting's on, he's very difficult to beat. There we go, in the middle, from the middle of the boundary. Super shot. Red and yellow still favourites because after black cleared yellow, black's finished basically in corner 1. So yellow and red in good positions here. Blue won't want to take perfect position here. It will want to probably try and take position on the far side of the hoop, so where Andres is standing, so red doesn't have an easy clearance. If he underhits it, red can play a stop shot away and potentially stay in position itself. So you can't underhit this one. Finishing straight isn't bad, but I'd probably aim a couple of balls past the hoop. That is a couple of balls short. Gives red the opportunity. It's got two options. Can play into really good position, or it can clear blue. And this is where you need your partner to give you the decision, because it's more about what your partner feels. If Toby thinks, I'm really confident I'm going to hit yellow at blue, you should take position. If he says, I don't really fancy that yet, it's a bit early, then you probably need to clear blue yourself. So Toby's given him the go-ahead. He's hit his long shot last time. His confidence is building. So red just tries to take position, and not just take position, but block blue at the hoop in case Toby doesn't make the clearance. So black will just play in again here. I'd be surprised if it shoots at red. It's not unreasonable, but I would always play in here. So this is shooting. Very close, just misses. I can't quite see from where I am whether blue's open or not. And it is. Stu's just nodded, it is. And if blue's open, I'm even less sure about this shot at red. In game 3, I'm going to shoot at red, I think. But at this stage, it's a much worse ball for hoop 5. That's part of my logic. Another good clearance there by Toby. Comfortably goes off the west boundary. But if you'd have played black in, you're not just thinking about hoop 4. You're thinking about hoop 5, and it's so much easier to take position at 5 from near hoop 4 than it is from the boundary. You're taking position across the hoop at 90 degrees, and on these quick lawns, and the wind's just started to pick up as well. It's quite tricky. So keeping your balls in good positions really quite important. Oh, good shot, good shot.
So Duncan here from Croquet England joining Chris on the commentary. Great shot there from Manuel.
Welcome, Duncan, and I think we should also say that you very kindly sponsored this event.
Yes. So The Sugar Beach International Croquet Cup is sponsoring this event. I'm one of their organisers as well, and we're very happy to have them as sponsor. So thank you to them for helping put together this great event here at Roehampton. And thank you to Roehampton Club as well for hosting. They've done a great job preparing the lawns and getting everything prepared.
Another good positional shot by Stu there. It may look easy taking position from short distances, but they're really going to struggle in this first half hour. Black's finished short, and it's quite a tough, what did you say, 45-degree hoop there?
That is about 45 degrees. That is tricky, especially with these hoops on those angles, because if you don't get it perfect, it will just reject the ball and spit it back out.
So, yellow up on the north boundary. This looks good to me. This looks very good. No, it's too far. But a handy nudge.
It has pushed the red just a bit straighter on with the hoop.
So
just making it that little bit easier to run that.
Yeah, another pressure clearance here.
Yeah, it's very nice.
The question is, has he got yellow or hoop 4 in the way of blocking Black's hoop shot?
Yes, it looks like from where red came off, it might have wired behind the hoop, but it's a little bit tricky to tell from this angle.
Stu having a look at it, and he's looked at it for long enough that it probably is wired.
Or at least shielding
partially.
part of the ball.
Yeah. And as you've mentioned before, because Black isn't in a good hoop running position, there's a lot to be said for just taking position here.
I think so. If Black comes back and just straightens up, a bit further from yellow, maybe yellow decides to come in front to block the hoop instead.
Yeah, there's almost something to be said due to the pace of the lawn for playing into yellow with a bit of pace. So you move yellow 3 yards and you hope red runs on and both of them finish sort of in front of the hoop. This is just trying to take good position, trying to block Black's hoop and hit the wire. So tough shot.
Looks like Andre's taking on the hoop here.
Yeah. And when they played this match last year in Spain, the hoops were so much easier. So if you had an angled hoop like that, all you had to do was stroke it gently in the far wire, and it just moved through. And it took the players a game or so to work that out, that the hard shot you'd normally play at an angle wasn't working, you just need to smooth it through. But here, you're going to have to hit it dead straight.
These hoops were set this morning and they are very solid, so there's no give in them. So if you're not accurate, it's coming straight out. They're also, obviously, for this competition, set very tightly. Yeah.
So here, if red can see Black, then yellow's just going to take position, because red can get rid of that danger ball.
Yes.
What they're looking at here is they're looking at the hoop 5 wire. So not simply just yellow taking position in front of 4, but because red is going to clear Black, blue is guaranteed to shoot at yellow. So you want to make absolutely sure that yellow can't be hit by blue from the boundary.
Yes. And with the top quality of play here, you would expect that the likelihood that they're going to clear yellow from the boundary is reasonably high.
No, it's probably about 30%, I think, maybe 25%. And if he can't see yellow, he'll shoot at Black and red.
Yes.
And hitting either of those is a good result.
I think so.
But if he's open on yellow, he'll probably take the yellow. So he's hit his last 2 or 3 shots. That's yellow in.
Very nice.
Very
centre
good.
Ball.
Quite impressive.
Maybe the percentage was a bit higher than 30%.
No, I don't think it was. We'll find out by Sunday.
Yes.
But,
once we've run the stats.
If he's going to hit that half the time, he's going to win virtually every game he plays here.
Yes.
So interesting choice now. Red was going to clear black. It won't do that now, because when you clear the ball that's going to play after you, if you finish on the in-lawn side, that's a weak position for red to finish.
Yes.
Black will just play back in and take the short boundary side.
Looks like he's going for it anyway.
So that's wrong. That's a weak position for red. Red should be wired from black on the short boundary side.
Yes.
Black can just play back in, and as long as it doesn't finish short and give red another stop shot clearance, it's just going to be a nice position, either a couple of feet past the hoop or 2 yards past the hoop. Even if it's a non-runner, it's a better position for black. And Stu, very much a good tactical player, so I would have thought that he would have. You see, now black's gone in the wrong place, so red's actually fine now. If black goes 3 yards further, then red can't do anything with it.
Of course.
But now it's got a clearance pointing at corner 3.
So yellow will just take a nice position.
So yellow's failed to get position. If yellow got position, blue would have been forced to clear either yellow or red.
Yes, and they would have been in a lot stronger position to take this hoop.
It's not a difficult clearance, but blue's in the corner, so it's a good 9-yarder. Probably 10. But again, that's Toby's weakness. Yellow should have been in front, black should have been
a bit further.
even halfway to the boundary's okay. So yellow not being in front, we're getting now an unusual position. It's very rare at this level to find all 4 balls this close to a hoop.
Definitely.
Normally they're on boundaries, and
I think it's partly to do with the speed of the lawn. It is so quick.
Yeah.
And it's really challenging these top players just to get into those key positions, as we can see in just the last couple of shots that have been played.
Yeah.
So red's run on a bit further than he would have liked.
Yeah, but he's done the right thing. He's made sure it went towards the short boundary side.
Yes.
It's quite a nice place for red to finish that. Gives you a lot of control over the area around hoop 4.
So obviously discussing whether they think they can run this hoop with blue and whether they can hit yellow and get onto a wide position. Well, that is tricky from that distance
I
to
think
make that sort of shot.
I think they should shoot at yellow here.
Yes.
If they don't, yellow's going to have to clear quarter ball to get blue basically up to where the 2 brothers are standing at the moment.
Yes.
You can't just clear it in the middle, because blue will just clear red. So that's positional. So that's saying
Maybe he's looking for the block at the same time.
that's gone.
Bit of both.
It's gone. It's got it.
He's got the block.
But that's an easy double clearance to make.
Yes.
Toby should hit this 9 times out of 10, and it's on a normal lawn. Getting the balls a long way away is difficult with the double clearance, but here they'll probably both go off the lawn.
I think so, yes.
So he's probably got to hit this 3/4 ball on the right, and he should get black and blue both off the lawn. So I almost thought it was a sort of free clearance for black. You could afford to miss it and you were still in the hoop. And obviously if you were to get lucky and either cut it down towards corner 1 or hit it in the middle to wide position, then you've won the hoop pretty much.
And I guess the bonus as well is if they had hit yellow, black potentially ends up in a positive position for the next hoop as well.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously this is now giving them a tricky conundrum to work out what the best possible solution is, but I think, as you say, trying for the double here seems like a good option. Looks like Toby's even considering
he's definitely looking at the
hoop, but that wouldn't make sense because it's quite a short distance and a jump would be fairly easy, and then you'd be completely hampered up to hoop 5, so that would be a silly position to play.
Exactly. Maybe it's more like a half ball contact, but it doesn't look difficult to me.
I guess the benefit he's got here is if if we can stop shot black and also put that on the edge, get that into blue, that would be the perfect shot, but that would be very tricky, I think. That edge would just be...
Yeah, I think the other thing we should mention here is, one of the things I'm always encouraging people to do is play both codes of the game.
Yes.
And for an AC player, this is a very straightforward rush into blue.
Yeah.
And we've played lots of them, thousands of them. And you play a fair number of them at GC, but nowhere near as many. You probably play a tenth as many of this sort of double clearance as you would do rushes in AC. So both of these primarily golf croquet players.
But they do both play AC as well.
They do.
Toby was telling me last weekend he dabbles.
He does.
He's said he's had a few TPs and enjoys a bit of AC when he's got a bit of time. So it's not something he's unfamiliar with.
Yeah. All 6 players play both codes.
Yeah.
And several of them play to a very high standard at both codes. I think it's a very positive thing. So he's still looking at yellow getting into the draws here.
I feel like that's not the move, because if blue manages to jump yellow, you're just in such a rubbish position.
Or perhaps he's looking at, after yellow hits black,
can he
get it so it at least hits the wire and stays nearby rather than going to corner 4. So he is taking the double clearance on. He's just maybe working out where yellow might get to.
Yeah, thinking about the angles, thinking about the amount of power he wants to use. Yes,
so
nice.
he got that.
He was going for the hoop there.
Yeah, he could have hit that a bit harder, really. It's a good result, but one of the things I'm always going on about is clearing the ball that plays before you. And yellow being cleared by blue isn't a great option for it here. You don't want to clear red, because red will just come straight back in.
Yeah.
You've got red in your stance and your backswing if you want to have a go at the hoop. Because if red wasn't in the way, you might just feel it was a free go. Just trying to take position, blocking red's shot at the hoop.
Yeah, makes sense.
Red has to clear that because black's all over yellow.
That's a good position there on blue. Definitely blocking the hoop. But it's not that far a clearance, so red can get rid of it. Obviously, removing black doesn't really do much because the boundary is so close here.
And there's 2 options here. You can play a very gentle clearance, literally moving blue 2 yards.
Yeah.
And that keeps red in a reasonable position near the hoop. Or you can try and clear it to corner 1, saying I'm hoping blue's not going to take position from corner 1, but red's going to come down to the boundary and potentially give a wide area. So that's neither one nor the other.
Yeah. Yes, unfortunately red's come behind the hoop as well, so it'll be easy for black to come and find a sort of...
And this shot, can he get the angle right so black runs on and finishes in front? No, he needed to hit that 90% up rather than 100% in the middle, and that would have allowed black just to move a yard or 2 further forward and given a hoop shot.
It was almost too good a stop shot. He needed to roll on a bit further.
Yeah.
So, I mean, blue and black obviously right up close to the hoop, looking like in a bit more of a dominant position now, but it depends where yellow decides to come back to, looking for a position.
Yeah, fundamentally yellow can't give black a clearance on it to a long boundary. So you can actually come back to where the Spaniards are standing.
Yes.
It looks like, why on earth would you go there when you're playing for hoop 4, but black can't clear it anywhere from there. If you go deep like they're standing now, that's a clearance towards corner 2 on a fast lawn.
Yeah, and it's an easy clearance from that distance for black. Really.
Yeah. So you could try and play in for the wire, so you're a bit short of hoop 4 trying to wire from black, but that's not easy to get. You can't play south of black because that allows black to clear to a wired spot behind the hoop so blue can take position wired. It's all nasty.
Yeah, they're not in a great position here. guess maybe they could go a bit deeper between hoop 3 and 4, and if and use Toby's long distance clearances or long jump shots if he was really feeling bold.
It's a very interesting position there, because I just hadn't really initially thought of it, but it is the type of lawn where taking 10-yard position is reasonably valid.
Yes, because if you're on target, it's going to go through, because these lawns are really nice and flat.
Yeah, I still think I'd err on just getting it near the east boundary.
Looks like
I don't like that at all.
he's huge.
He's tried to put it a long way away from black.
Yeah. He doesn't have a hoop shot, so it's not critical for them to do anything.
Yeah, I mean,
to yellow. And
if blue gets wild from red here, black's just, it looks all over yellow to me.
Yeah.
But getting wide isn't easy. This is good.
That looks very nice.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
So, as we move through the day and the players get the pace, the ones that get the pace better and can play these touch shots into wide position are going to be the ones that really reap the benefit. And that was a lovely shot. So there's an argument here to clear black. The other option is to play into position, trying to block black at yellow. Gone for trying to get the block, and it's just short, and now we'll see this black at yellow shot that I've been saying I really hate.
Yeah.
I just don't like leaving this. Both these players are good. These are two strong players.
That's a very nice clearance.
Yeah, only hit it half ball, but it's still gone off the north boundary.
Yeah, and he's kept his black ball on this side towards hoop 5, and yellow has gone to the opposite side of the lawn.
Yeah, yeah, and if we'd have got the yellow where I want it on the short boundary, black could only clear it about 10 yards away.
Yes.
Whereas now this is a really, really long shot. But remember, Toby hit it dead centre last time he had the long one.
He did, yes. And he was playing excellently last weekend here as well.
Yeah. Clearing
things from, well, anywhere on the lawn.
Yeah.
As I found out when I played him.
One of the slower players takes a long time in his pre-shot preparation. Solomon grip.
And probably the biggest swing in croquet, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
It's right over his head.
It's a very big follow through.
Yeah.
The backswing, some people have bigger backswings. So Paul Skinley used to have a bigger backswing than this, but the follow through is very high. They missed that.
Yes.
There's a couple of balls on the left. So after a big fight here, the Spaniards should be able to level it at 2-all.
Yeah, blue's looking fairly straight on with the hoop here, so it should be okay.
So we'll give a quick update on the other two doubles that are starting.
Yes.
And on lawn 1, we've got Jamie Birch and Ewan Burridge.
A nice hoop there from Manuel.
And they're 6-3 up at the moment against Patricio Garay and Nicholas Denizo. So that's the number 2 England pair playing the number 3 Spanish pair. Stu's played another good positional shot there. He seems to have got a good pace to the lawn straight away, so that's a lovely shot. Black will try and take position, making sure blue isn't blocked from it, so we'll probably go a yard deeper than red.
Yes, I think so.
And on lawn 3, the score is 4-3 to England, and that's England's top pair. John Paul Mobley and Aston Wade playing the Spanish number 2 pair, Jose Riva and Juan Ojeda. So quite a close first game there. And the Spaniards will know Jose Riva by his nickname, which is Pepe.
Yes. So I think Toby was coming in here for the block with yellow. Didn't quite make it. That was very close.
It was indeed very close.
A millimetre or two off the edge of red, and it wouldn't have taken much just to send it out of a hoop running position. So that was a bit of a critical miss there. Manuel's done very well so far with all of his clearances. That's the first one he's missed, I think. But this leaves a nice hoop here for Stu, and then hopefully run himself straight up to hoop 6 as well.
Well, he's made it.
He has made the hoop, and it can still be played from that position. But
I think that shows that even from straight, they're non-trivial at the moment. I think they'll get easier as the day goes on.
yes.
But
Yes, last weekend at the Roehampton Open, the players were finding that early on in the day the hoops were quite tricky to run, but after a few big hits over all the hoops, they sort of loosened up a little bit, made them a little easier to run.
I think one of the differences we'll find is after each match, this time, the referees will come on and they'll firm them all up again.
We should say that's an excellent positional with black.
And I think yellow's got a double.
Yeah.
Certainly it's open on black.
Yeah.
There's no promotion of red up. It would have to run hoop 5 to do that. And you can just see from the picture there. Do you think it can scrape past it and run the hoop? Or is it just blocked?
It's just blocked.
Just blocked,
Just
Chris.
blocked.
Okay.
About half ball blocked.
But given the position of red, most likely blocked by the peg as well.
Yeah.
Yellow has to clear.
It does actually hill from left to right, so I think red can hit it
Right.
by missing the peg by nothing on the left with a medium pace one. No.
It's a bit off again, just to the right.
And very interesting choice now for blue. As you said, theoretically, red cannot hit black.
Yes.
It needs hill in order to do so. So does blue take the aggressive line of playing onside near hoop 7?
Yeah.
Or does it put a protection ball in 2 or 3 yards in front of hoop 6 just in case red does randomly hill around the peg into black?
Or does it come just behind the hoop to set up
a rush?
Yeah.
I'd never set up a rush from 6 to 7 because it's such a short distance.
Yeah.
But I'm going to play this with about 6 yards of extra pace to miss the peg by a ball on the left and hope to hill around and flick it. I'd hit it just a fraction harder than that.
Yeah.
No, it didn't get the hill.
In,
It went dead straight.
Yeah. Well, these lawns are very flat, so it's unlikely to.
Well, I've been watching them in practice.
Yes, and you think there is a little bit.
There's definitely a hill. Might be when you go playing a little bit right.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a hill there.
Okay, nice hoop there from Andres, taking them to 3-all now. And we have lots of people watching online, so hello to everyone on YouTube.
I'm sure we'll have a lot of Spanish viewers as well. Thousands of Spanish players now, really, really good. And I said to our team yesterday, I think this is the strongest Spanish team they've ever sent. And Toby played a good positional shot.
That was good, yes.
That is huge. If you can just play shots like that, he becomes a really, really difficult player to beat. Blue could take this out directly, or it could just try and play in behind yellow.
Given the distance from from black to yellow, it was basically about the same distance. Blue and black were in a similar position, so it means that the clearance shot is about the same difficulty. So it makes sense to bring blue forward.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for red clearing blue here.
Yeah. Which looks like
I think he's trying for the block, black at yellow. That's too hard. So I don't think it's blocked blue at the hoop. So if you can hit this half ball on the right, and you are actually aiming to hit it half ball on the right here, you're not just trying to middle it. Half ball on the right, you can get you a good 15 yards away.
On the left.
He'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah. I would imagine yellow can see blue, but red and blue are quite close there.
No, I think definitely it's open. Definitely open. So you played in Cairo last October.
I didn't.
No,
play
you
Cairo,
didn't play.
no.
The
But the
the
lot of the
difference.
England squad were there.
Yeah, half of the England squad sort of went out to Cairo, and it was a completely different experience because the lawns are much slower there, sort of 8 to 9 seconds,
Yeah.
and power is vital. So one of the English players that went out there,
Nice clearance.
again, you'd rather have it on the left-hand side or in the middle.
Yeah.
He's left a much shorter clearance, and this is almost back to neutrality if Manuel manages to hit this. So we had a power game in Cairo, and Tim Russell was one of the players who came out with us, and he's got a very gentle style of hitting, and he struggled a lot, whereas our power players like Ewan and Aston did quite well. This is now an opposite game where the touch players are going to get an advantage,
Definitely.
and even the people who don't normally clear balls all the way off the lawn are going to be able to get enough power to effectively become power players. So
Yes.
their choices that they might normally decide of mid-pace clearances might change into firm clearances. So they have to adapt their game to the lawn conditions. And another good position there, shot with red, it's dead straight. Black will play in, knowing that yellow can't do anything. Make sure it doesn't block blue at red, and it's made sure it's in front. As the day goes on, I'm hoping black's going to be able to take inside position there, but doesn't quite feel enough confidence with the pace of the lawn to get.
Once they've got that dialed in, they'll be able to get those exact positions that they're hoping for, and that is very nice from
That
red
is a
as well.
super shot. I think it's block black. That is absolutely super shot.
Yeah, that does look good.
Blue still has to clear red. The difference being that with black being blocked by yellow, this now becomes a mid-pace clearance to keep blue near rather than a firm clearance.
Yes, because otherwise you see even the medium pace sort of sends you out quite far away.
So he hit that too hard, in my opinion. I would have hit that at half the pace. Red would have gone only 7 yards.
Yes.
Blue would have gone half the distance it's gone, and I would have been in more control at hoop 7.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, blue's gone beyond the halfway point, and red is almost at the boundary. But
Yeah. And red,
realistically, the move was just to push red away so that it couldn't run the hoop.
yeah, red plays back in, and Stu's positional play's been really good so far.
Yeah.
This looks like another good one.
It does look good. It's coming in.
Oh, it's excellent. It's really good.
That is very good.
Red's got a shot to save the game. Red's got a long shot from the corner. Red's got a long shot from the corner to try and save the game. Black's in front.
Okay. So on lawn 1, it's 6-4 now to the English pair of Birch and Burridge, and the Spaniards have a shot from corner 1 to a ball in front of Penult to save the game. Meanwhile, on this lawn, I think they're going to be tempted to jump.
I think so. With 2 balls in front,
Yeah,
they've got to take the advantage back.
thank you. So Mike, the club captain at Roehampton, has just told us that they measured the lawns at 9:30 and there were 12 seconds. I think they'll be 13 by the afternoon.
I think so, yeah. They're definitely drying out. The sun is so strong here today, which we can't really be complaining about because it's beautiful weather.
So he's moving his hands down the mallet, showing he's going to play a jump. Lovely shot. Super shot.
Very nice.
And to be fair, that is far more difficult with an Atkins hoop.
Yes.
It's set really tight, and if you flick a wire, it's going to come back at you. And he's basically just nailed that absolutely perfectly straight. Really difficult shot. I think I'd only be about 1 in 3, 1 in 4 about at that. So that's a super shot.
And that's tipped the balance now because England were ahead, and now they're behind.
And equally importantly, I think every time Andres scores a hoop, it means Toby's the first ball to play.
Yes.
And Toby's the weaker positional player. He's had just played 2 or 3 very good ones, and that's another good one.
Pretty good.
It isn't perfect, I don't think, because I think Black can hit it.
Yeah, he would have preferred to be a little bit towards
two
the
balls,
boundary,
two
yes.
balls towards the boundary would have been absolutely spot on.
But it's still pretty good.
It's still good. It's
It
still
needs-
going to force Black to hit.
Black needs to clear in this scenario.
Oh, so Chris has told us Black's wired. I thought Black was a couple of feet further this way, but
Okay, well,
if it's wired, then
we'll
Blue has to shoot.
Yes, I think that's what's happening now. He's
And
missed.
this will have us a similar position again. I think Red won't bother going in position. Red will play to the offside spot,
I think.
a yard
Oh,
onside,
looks like
and
he's
Black
going for
will
position
probably play onside as well.
there. He's going for position.
Now that indicates Black's got something,
Yes.
because you wouldn't bother putting it there if Black hadn't got anything.
Chris seems to think it's words, so well, maybe they're just thinking play defensive anyway.
It's much easier to take position from sort of like just inside the offside marker, because you're coming at a better angle into the hoop as well.
Yeah, and I always feel like you're approaching it front on,
Yeah.
which often feels like an easier position to play.
Back of the hoop and that's all.
Oh,
Okay, so it's fully wired.
And leaving a jump for Toby is no problem.
No, you
And
don't. You don't want Black
to-
in the hoop
You
here.
don't want to be stuck because you're going to come across and you're
'Cause remember, they're still going to be, even if they lose this hoop, they're going to be 4-all with first play at 9. It's
Yeah.
a strong position. I don't like the play of Red. I don't like the play of Black. I think they should both be near a 9.
yes.
I'd have given up there.
Yeah. I can only think that Black was trying to just getting close to yellow just to disrupt, and it's just overhit.
And Toby tends to hit these very hard.
Yes. Yep, nice hoop there.
So 4-all, and I'm very unhappy with Red and Black. I'm saying Red should have a closer clearance than where it is if Blue and Black take position.
Yes, because if Blue gets in a good position here, which it looks
It's travelling,
like
it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone way too far.
So now Red will play deep.
Yes.
Probably on a lawn this fast, you could play 6 yards deep or even off the boundary.
I think, yeah, coming up to the boundaries. Always going to be a good position, especially because Blue's gone a bit further.
That's okay, but the hoop isn't a straight. You can't clear that anywhere. So it's a great...
Very defensive.
But it's not as attacking a ball as if it had hit it off the boundary, I don't think. This looks short. Might be runnable. It's just over 45 degrees, I think.
Yes.
Certainly a chance of drawsing, but a really difficult hoop.
Yeah, it's tricky. Although I did see Toby run quite a few of those last weekend and at full pace as well. So
It will be interesting to see the first few attempts at that,
Yes.
and whether the hoops are standing up firmer. The lawn's probably dried out a little bit as well,
I think so, yeah.
so the subsoil a bit firmer.
blazing sunshine here, which is great. So everything will be getting a bit speedier and a bit firmer.
So there's virtually no point in blue clearing red here. So
not
you
gonna
either
go
need
anywhere.
to, if they think black can run, they can snuggle up to red,
Yes.
but that's really tough on a quick lawn. Otherwise you've got a mid-pace clearance. That's what I wanted him to do at hoop 7.
Yes, that was a
Keep
good.
blue close. I know it was from much further away,
Yeah.
but that's the sort of pace I was hoping for at 7.
Yeah, blue's still in a good position, and yellow's out of the hoop running position as well. So it looks good.
And hoop 9 so often a key hoop, and these are really tough tactical decisions. Clear, run the hoop, try to jaws. And I'm going to be tempted with a fairly gentle hooper shot, sort of mid-pace. So if it missed the hoop, it would probably go 12 yards past it.
Yes.
But it's got a chance of jawsing
Yeah.
or running.
Sounds like that's what they've decided on.
Lovely shot.
Very nice. That was a very good hoop.
So a fraction harder than I'd have hit it,
Yes, but
but
doesn't put him in a good
absolutely
position.
perfectly straight.
Yeah,
Um,
and that was quite angled as well, so that really was impressive to get that through.
yeah, what was it? It was about 25 degrees, so pretty good shot. Halfway to the corner. Obviously the benefit of Stu hitting that harder than I would have done is that red's now a much better clearing ball.
Definitely. And black's put itself in a pretty good position as well, so it's very useful to have the red there. It means yellow can come up for a position.
So game 1, 7-4 to England with Birch and Burridge. We're currently
6-3 on the other lawn to England.
and
They
that's
seem to have pulled it back.
Mobley and Wade. So all going well, with England's third pair that we're watching also having the lead. When we played in Spain last year, I think we took an 8-0 lead,
That's pretty good.
and after that the score was 10-8 to us. So it was really a close test match after that first day.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So getting off to a fast start, really important. Yellow's gone a bit too far, might still be runnable.
I think it's still runnable.
Blue trying to get the block,
It looks like
just short.
yeah, not quite getting it there. I can still see full ball of black.
Yeah. And equally, we should say, if it misses by 2 balls on the right, the hoop's on.
Yes.
Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you. So we've got nearly 100 viewers online, so hello to everyone.
So this will be aiming at black. The worst thing that can happen here is you rush peel it through the hoop, and then you go from
Yeah.
5-4 up to probably 6-5 down.
Fairly unlikely from this angle, I think. Oh,
Missed on the right,
yes.
but not by enough
not
to run
enough.
the hoop.
Yes.
Now, the other relevant fact is Blue's finished in a position where the stance and swing is a little bit, at least psychologically, hampered. So he's almost lifting that mallet up faster,
Yes.
and he's decided not to go for it.
Sure. Maybe he's
Ooh.
thinking
This is very cautious.
that does seem overly cautious, given that yellow won't be cleared that far away.
And black won't stay in position either.
No. And blue, maybe he's thinking that actually blue is hampering his swing.
He was definitely deliberately trying to raise the backswing faster than normal, so he's going to
Yes.
have to hit down a little bit.
I
But
think,
this is an easy hoop, really.
given that they're ahead and that yellow doesn't go very far away, doesn't seem like the right shot to play.
Yeah, if black had run, blue's actually in a nice position to immediately clear yellow at hoop 11, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And you're not just playing to hoop for hoop 10 here when you're 5-4 down. You're playing for 10 with a good position at 11.
Yeah, and black is in a position that if Toby gives this low pace, he will end up in a good spot.
No, because blue will play black and back, and then black will be on top of yellow. So you actually need to smash this.
Okay.
And hope blue doesn't take position.
Okay, I see what you mean. Oh, he's just edged that.
Yeah.
So I think it's basically a free hoop.
So for now, blue needs to take wide position from red, and then hopefully black can play to a spot wiring yellow from blue that's closer to hoop 11 as well. So you're doing two things in that one shot. But can he get wide? It's overhit that. It's overhit.
Yeah, it's too far.
Oh.
That's almost not runnable from that. Oh no, actually.
I think it's runnable, but Stu's just going to clear this now.
Yes. That's going to disappear.
Yeah, good shot.
Good. And
I thought a good pace he hit it out there.
Yep.
He hasn't hit it in the middle, but red still stayed within range.
Yes.
Still a lot of work to do here, but if yellow takes position, red is going to be able to clear that black. So can Toby play this quite tricky positional shot?
Well, his last couple of positionals have been very good, so let's see how it goes.
He'll give himself some leeway. He won't be trying to get 5 feet in front. He'll probably give himself, 8-9 feet.
Yes. And Stephen Allen, who's director of the live stream today, has just pointed out to me that there's over 300 viewers on the live stream right now, not 100.
Fantastic.
318, yeah, very good.
Fantastic.
So hello to all you viewers.
And it's a good effort from Toby, that's in a runnable place. It's not easy.
And it's on the boundary side as well, which I guess can help.
The key is it hasn't blocked red at black.
Yes.
I think blue will play in again here. One of the things I like doing when I'm 5-4 down is getting my opponent to take multiple clearances at a ball that's in front.
Yes.
Because you mentioned it's a low probability. It might only be 3%, 2% that red clears black through the hoop.
Yeah.
But when you start building them up and you get 4 or 5 clearances, soon you've got 10, 12% chance, and it can turn the match round. This is very aggressive. I don't like this.
Shooting at red.
Clearing red.
Well,
Yeah.
he's done it.
Because red had a double with blue in the hoop.
Okay, so red had a double with black in the hoop, we're told. I still don't like it. He's played a fantastic shot, hitting it in the middle, staying near 11.
Yeah, blue's in a great position for the next hoop.
I just thought the odds of blue not going off the lawn were very, very slim. But he has hit it absolutely dead centre, so fantastic choice. And of these two, I think Manuel's the better player. Last year he was well over 2400,
right,
and then he changed his grip and lost a whole load of games, and now he's back to his normal grip and starting to play back to that standard again. So this is what you want. Red's not a good ball for 11. Yellow's on the wrong side of 10 to be close to 11. Blue's not bad at all as a defensive ball.
Yeah, it's looking pretty positive when they're levelling up here. Yeah, there you go. It's 5-all now.
Yeah. So can yellow take wide position from blue? There is something to be said for just taking 1 yard straight position. Certainly I'd rather be open than have a open on blue than have a hoop that wasn't runnable.
Yes, I think so, because also blue's only going to push you back to the boundary.
Yeah. So even with that being open,
That looks pretty good from yellow.
it's dead straight.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I don't think blue is definitely going to clear that. And again, it's the person who plays black that makes the choice. Does black fancy clearing yellow?
Yes.
If it does, blue takes position. Now, what I've been saying is I think Manuel's a little bit stronger than Andres, and that might lead them to Andres clearing this, so that eventually when they get the choice of clearing, Manuel does the big clearing shot.
Yes.
But if Andres says to him, no partner, take position, I'm taking that, that's what he should do.
It's obviously the discussion they're having right now.
It is.
Yellow's open.
Yeah,
Yellow.
yeah, well open, we're told.
So I'm wondering about getting yellow.
Thank you.
I guess the positive of blue clearing yellow is that blue's still on the hoop running side.
Correct.
If black clears yellow, it's off the other side of the lawn.
Yeah. And part of the other factor you've got to build in is, where does blue take position if it decides to take position? And I think he almost has to go where Manuel was standing, so northwest of yellow.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're potentially leading to clearing yellow and ricocheting off into your ball. And if you try and go inside yellow, you might finish short and not be in front.
Yeah, and you don't want to run the risk of blocking the clearance from black either. So going a bit deeper.
Yeah. So he's going for position. So Andres has given him the green light. He says, "No partner, I'm taking that," and that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. 2 feet short of that might have been a potential double clearance, which you don't want when you've hit your big shot.
Ball.
And I think here red will always play in. If red was in a better position, i.e. near hoop 10, red should clear blue.
Yes.
But when you're on the boundary, you should try and play in, blocking black at yellow.
Yeah, Toby's just given him the position to block black.
That's too far.
It looks okay. Yeah, it's just gonna touch.
So he's got the second prize, I think. I think he's blocked blue at the hoop, which is a really good second prize.
Yes.
It puts a lot more pressure on this shot, whereas this would have been almost to win 11. But now it's just to stay in it.
I guess if Andres is feeling really bold, he might be able to come off red into yellow, but that would be very bold from that distance.
Yeah, so Mobley and Wade have gone game up.
Yes.
And just a reminder, we're 5-all in this first game between the English number 3 and the Spanish number 1 pair. So it's been a good start for England. So black needs to clear yellow. There's in-offs, there's rush peels, anything can happen with this shot.
That's unfortunate, he's not happy with that.
Now, whilst red was very good because it blocked blue, it might have got in the way of the stance for yellow to run the hoop.
I think so, yes.
And remember, Toby has this big sort of swing, so
and he has
needs
quite
a lot of room.
Meticulous stance preparation as well, which this is
not where he wants to put his foot, is it?
No.
That is an uncomfortable place for him.
He does have a slightly staggered stance, but that is a lot further than he would normally want to be.
I still think you have to take the hoop shot on.
I think so, yes, because there's not much point in hitting blue away because it doesn't go very far. And then you also give it a hoop run as well. So
he just asked the opponents, do they want the referee, which is very courteous, just to make sure he doesn't hit one of the balls either with his mallet or his foot.
Yes.
And they said, no, you're fine. So normally I'd say make sure you get a nice run down to 12, but with it being hampered, I'm actually reasonably happy just to run it 3 or 4 yards. Just make sure you get through.
And he's
good shot. Lovely.
Nice.
That's in front of 12.
Yes, look at that pace. Beautiful.
Stop. Perfect.
That's great.
That's perfect. And blue can't hit it.
No, it looks like it's hampered by red, blocked by red, so they're going to have to shoot it.
So one of the key things that you have to do here is you have to put black to the eastern boundary penalty spot. You don't want black to clear yellow from where it is, because it might get up to 13. So this looks good as well. That's a really good shot.
Yeah, it's a nice position.
But where have they told black to go?
So black.
This is a huge error if they haven't told black to go to the east boundary, I think. You've got to move black. And I know it's going to give it a 2 yard shorter shot, but if you leave it there, it can hit 3/4 ball yellow.
Yeah, and run up.
And run up towards
13.
third corner, hoop 13.
They appear to be.
Yeah,
doing that,
they've done
so,
that.
yeah.
That's the right choice.
You would have been very unhappy if they hadn't have done that.
And again, Stu just trying to play a ball in, hopefully blocking black at yellow. A bit short.
Yeah.
But the great thing about that is you're playing it down a line where it's got, if you leave it short, it's closer to 13.
Yes.
And so missing on the short side is better. It's not only it's close to 13, it's in front of 12. So he's missed his spot on the right side. I'm always saying to people, know where you want to get it, but know which side you want to miss on as well.
Yes.
Now it's got partner, takes the pressure off the hoop.
Yeah, it's close. But
And I think England will be quite pleased that those two key shots have been played by Andres. Manuel was looking a bit scary, wasn't he?
yes, well, yeah, he's hit most of those clearances.
That
And-
one he hit, he took on that 11 yarder,
Yeah.
hoop 10, getting a ball near 11. That was an amazingly aggressive shot. Well done.
Yeah. Nicely played. Well, that's a great start for England, winning all 3 of their first matches.
And just a reminder for viewers, each of these matches are best of 3. So we haven't actually got a point on the board yet. We're
Yes.
just a little bit ahead in all 3
It's-
matches.
It's looking positive so far.
Yeah, test score still 0-0. And we should probably talk about the format as well. So it's a best of 27.
It's a lot of games, and the Spanish have brought the sun with them, so it's not. The players will get tired out there in the sun the whole day as well. So
Yeah. So today we've got the lightest schedule. We've got 3 doubles followed by another 3 doubles.
yes,
So it's only going to be 6 matches complete at the end of the day. And then Saturday's a big singles day. And each player gets to play 2 matches. So I'm going to play 12 singles games on day 2. And then day 3 starts with 3 doubles and finishes with 6 singles.
all very exciting.
So today is very much a sort of trying to get your head in front. England will try to be thinking about 5-1 as a nice target, and the Spaniards will be thinking maybe, if we can get 3-3 or 4-2 ahead, that'll be good from their point of view.
Yes. Well, all the Spaniards will have to be putting extra work in to get back after losing their first game in these doubles. We can see over on Lawn 1, England are currently ahead 3-2 in that game, and the other 2 games haven't started yet.
And one of my good friends, Ian Burridge, ran a programme in one of these new AI things.
Oh yes.
These chat bots, these chat AI things, and he fed in all the ranking data for the 12 players in the event.
Yes.
And he said, who's going to win?
Interesting.
And the chat AI said it's going to be very close test match, and England are slight favourites.
Okay, interesting. So we have digital bookies now working things out for us. I don't know if anyone has ever been able to bet on croquet, but
They have, I'll have to tell you that, but
Okay.
not necessarily entirely legally. But no, this is interesting to see how the world's going. The game on lawn 1's already quite well into game 2, and England have a 3-2 lead. But it looks like the Spaniards have a strong position to equalise 3-all.
Yeah, Ewan's black is on the boundary. Blue needs to clear yellow. Or
And leave red a 4-yard hoop.
maybe.
The good thing about is it for England is if red runs the 4-yard hoop, black's onside because
Yes.
it came off an opponent ball.
Depending on where blue ends up. Well, blue's in a pretty good position, so actually I think they're just going to take this hoop on.
Yeah, they are. And it's the right choice as well.
Yeah. Very that's
very
a nice
good hoop.
Yeah.
Now it'll be interesting to see whether Ewan takes it on from the boundary.
He does like those sort of shots.
Yeah. The other two matches still having a break after game 1. And he's taking position. Wow, that looked quick to me.
It looked quick, but it's
a good shot.
Yeah, it looks like in a good position.
Yeah.
Good. And over on YouTube, we've got some messages coming in. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask us questions on the chat in YouTube. We've got hello from Tenerife Croquet Club. Hello, out to Tenerife. Also got Gary from Tasmania saying hello. Lynn from Crake Valley Croquet Club up in the Lake District.
That's great.
Yeah, please send in your messages.
Players from both of these teams are going to be vying for spots in 4-player teams for Tasmania in February.
Okay. Interesting.
So the Openshaw Shield, the World Team Championship, where we
Yeah.
have the 8 strongest countries in the world participating with teams of 4. That'll be in February. I know Australia have just announced their team very early, but the other 7 nations haven't yet, and probably won't until October after the World Championships. But I know we're all looking forward to that in Tasmania. Should be a really good event this year. 6 very, very strong teams, and Ireland and South Africa probably a little bit weaker than the other 6. And it's got a relegation and promotion as well, so
Okay.
the team that comes 8th gets relegated.
And when's this being held?
So this is February 2025.
Yep.
And yeah, lots of these people trying to perform well, trying to show that they've got the ability not just to play singles, because we know what they're like at singles, but can meld into a team and be a good team member and be able to play doubles with a specific partner. So Ewan and Jamie over there, who are currently in play, they played a little bit in Cairo when we played Egypt last October, so they've played before, and the other 2 really haven't played very much together.
Okay, so
So we're looking at new partnerships, what works, what doesn't.
Ewan's just gone for a clearance on yellow and has pushed it
Into
in
blue.
front of the hoop.
So that's going to be an easy hoop 7 for Spain to take a 4-3 lead in game 2, having lost the first. Yeah, he's run that all the way down to hoop 8 as well.
happy
Good
with
shot
that.
from Patricio. Just gone past hoop 8. My word, that is quick.
Yeah, that didn't look like it had a lot of power and it just kept on going.
That's not 12 seconds. That might have been absolutely right at 9:30, but it isn't right now.
Yeah.
They're genuinely fast. And Jamie's over hit his shot down there as well. Both those balls, Jamie's hit that 2 yards south of.
Yeah, Jamie will be annoyed about that because that was their opportunity to level up. They're currently 4-3 down.
It's really fast. Nicholas has probably overhit it by a foot, so he might have an angled hoop.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the game on lawn 3 has started. Spaniards getting to play first because they lost game 1, and they've played a couple of quite good balls in front of hoop 1, I think there, Duncan.
I think so, yeah. I mean, yellow looks pretty good. I would imagine JP's going to shoot at that.
Ooh, close,
Yeah,
close.
Look pretty close. But
Okay.
Keep swap over.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to hand over now to Chris Roberts from Phyllis Court. Thank you very much for your time, Duncan.
Yeah, thanks Chris, thanks for the commentary. Great insight to the tactics. We've got Chris Roberts joining us here. Hello Chris, how you doing?
Hello, Duncan, and good morning, everyone. If it still is. That was a long first game.
That was a long first game, but
Yeah.
very exciting as well. It is just still morning, 10 to 12 here now.
Very good.
And Chris, you're a member of Phyllis Court Croquet Club.
I am indeed, Duncan, and it was a pleasure having you at Phyllis Court for the Southern Croquet Federation Championship a couple of weeks ago.
Thank you for having me. A great competition that
a good one.
you've organised now. It's the second year. you've done it now,
Second
yes?
year in a row, so
Yeah.
it's sort of
Becoming an annual event.
becoming an annual event.
Yes.
We actually got a cup this year, so there we are. We're committed to
Yes.
running it every year now. So Steve Leonard won it twice in a row. So
Yes.
good morning, Steve, if you're listening.
Yes.
Um,
And thanks for helping Chris save on the engraving costs.
That's right.
Two
yes.
names in one.
Two names in one. It was an easy thing. So there we are. So it was a close first game. The crucial hoop for me was was hoop 9,
Yes.
right in front of us here,
Yeah.
where Stu Smith had really a pressured shot there, because that's first game, first long shot at the hoop he'd had,
And with a tricky angle as well.
and at a tricky angle, and with the jeopardy of the miss meaning an almost certain score for Spain. So nailing that one got England ahead, and that really put them in the box seat.
Yes,
for the
because
rest of the
up
game.
until that point they were effectively playing the serve and one up, then equal, one up and equal.
That's right.
Yes.
They were just drawing level all the time. So that was the game changer.
Definitely, yeah. And I guess also from that shot, the ability to run the red ball halfway down to hoop 10 as well really helped them.
Yes. Yeah. That was really there on. So we've got games on the two lawns that we're not covering fully.
Yeah,
We've got cameras on. We've got cameras on there.
We've got a view of lawn 3 here, which is JP Mobley and Aston Wade versus Pepe Riva and there we go.
And Juan, isn't it? Juan, who I don't know.
Yes, I just met him this morning. Yeah,
Juan
Ojeda,
maybe.
say that. But if we're
I
saying
was
it wrong,
speaking
please let us know.
Yeah. I was talking with Nelson Morrow, the New Zealander, who's spent, I think most of his, well, certainly a good part of his croquet career, half in England, half in New Zealand. Spent nearly all of his time in New Zealand now, and he's arrived here this morning in preparation for the Open Championship doubles next week. And he was telling me that Juan Ojeda has been playing longer than any of the other Spaniards, which chimes with Andres' introduction earlier on.
Yes.
Not a player I know, but
Obviously a veteran
a
of
veteran
the
of the
Spanish
Spanish
croquet
circuit.
scene.
Yeah, seemingly been playing for 20 years or more. Perhaps before Spain became the croquet force they now are.
I know, so many great players coming out of Spain now. It's really great to see how well croquet is taking off in Spain. I mean, one of the Spanish guys was saying to me the other day that they think croquet is where paddle was 10 years ago, and if croquet becomes as successful as paddle, I'm sure we'll all be very happy.
We'll be very happy.
Yes,
that's
definitely.
right. They'd be paying us to see it.
They definitely would. We'll have to backdate our paychecks.
Maybe that's a good one. Yeah.
Well, we do now have a sponsor on the live stream today.
Yes,
So
yeah.
Sugar Beach International Croquet Cup, which is an event that happens. It's an annual event now. It happens in Mauritius. So the first event in Sugar Beach happened in January this year, and we had players from all around the world coming out to Mauritius to play in this croquet cup. It was both a selection of casual play, tournament play, and enjoying the lovely 5-star hotel on the Mauritian beach. So it was very lovely. And
In January.
well,
you
it's
say?
in January, yeah.
In January. Where would you rather be?
Well,
folks?
the blazing sunshine
indeed.
in the winter. So that's what you want, really.
So where do people find out about this then?
so they can go on to. There'll be a link in the YouTube description which has the details of how to access the booking form for Sugar Beach. So you can go on, if you type in the Sugar Beach International Croquet Cup on Google, that'll come up. You can also go on the Croquet and Cocktails website, croquetandcocktails.com/Mauritius, and there is a form there to sign up as well if you're interested in coming out to Mauritius next year. The dates for that are the Sunday the 30th of March to Friday the 5th of April. And Jenny Clark will be joining us again in Mauritius. She was the winner there last year, and she won her flights and accommodation to come back. So
wow, that's a fun.
That's
a good prize. That is a
if
good
you come
prize.
and play in Mauritius, not only are you getting some beautiful weather, some great company, and a lovely experience, but also if you do win the competition, we'll fly you back out there. So what's not to like, everyone?
Yeah. So Mauritius in January.
Yes.
That sounds terrific. I don't know whether I'll make that, Duncan. I go to South Africa every February, so
it's a short trip over from
South
Africa. So I think you could be persuaded.
Just join the two up.
Yes.
I'll
a double croquet experience.
I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, a bit of a croquet bonanza.
Yes.
And yes, and also thank you to Croquet England for providing all the live streaming equipment here, and the whole team running the live stream to bring you croquet on YouTube today and across the weekend. We'll be here all 3 days. So we're currently looking at the game on Lawn 3, which is Spain are 1-0 up currently.
I can't see the yellow ball's behind the stop board where we can't quite see it.
Yellow can see black and the hoop, but I assume yellow may well just go for the block between
blue and red.
Unless he's feeling really bold. Actually looks like he's aiming at the hoop here.
That's a difficult block. That's stopping a ball on the lines. You've got two ball rolls accuracy to try and get here from this distance. That's a big ask. I don't think he's going for that. I think he's going.
Be going for black.
He's going for black. He's dead in line with us. We're blocked. Our view is blocked by the player himself. And he's nailed that clearance.
Nice. Good clearance from Pepe.
Keeping that hoop alive.
So we're now
Pepe
back onto Lawn 2 here, right in front of the pavilion, where we'll just be starting up. I think they have already started.
They've started.
That looks like
that's a useful blue.
A very nice blue from Manuel.
So the England players coming to have a look at that.
Good enough.
Probably deciding whether or not they need to have 2 shots at this or the one. My money here will be for Stuart to go for a placement, and then it will be on Toby to clear. Indeed, that's what's happening.
So Stuart's just coming a bit deeper so
he's hedging his bets there, keeping well out of the way of yellow, and it'll be on Toby with the yellow ball to clear the blue. And
Toby's been shooting pretty well, so he'll be fairly happy.
Excellently. Let's let them play this stroke. You probably mentioned already, Duncan, earlier in our commentary that Toby was on fire last weekend on this very court.
Yes, he was. He played exceptionally well in all of his games here.
He did
last weekend, but especially so against Reg Bamford, where he won in the first game 7-6, and then came back in the second game and won 7-3 very comfortably, cleared basically everything and ran all of his hoops. So.
By that, and Boyd with the big win over Reg, which is something for anyone to savour. It was almost one-way traffic with respect to Aston. Toby was all over Aston in the final.
Yes, he was. That's not to say that Aston didn't play well.
Aston did absolutely nothing wrong at all. But
just Toby hit everything from anywhere. on the lawn.
And the confidence that he got, I think, probably from beating Reg and the first game against Aston. By the time he played the second one, he was backing himself to hit from 20 yards. So
Yes.
with a simple clearance from no distance at all, he was going for ball placement. He was going to ball placement. Oh, I'm getting called to go to court 1 to help Francis with a rule. Excuse me a moment.
Yeah.
Back in a while.
Referees' duties have called Chris away, but I'm still here commentating for you, and Toby is he'll be looking to clear. I mean, it's a sort of tasty double clearance here with blue and black so close together. Oh, he's obviously realised that blue can't run the hoop because of where black is, so he's actually just come in for a position. Looks like he's gone a little bit too far. I don't know if he was trying to block blue from red, but either way it's not the best position. Blue's considering what he can do here. Maybe he's thinking about jawsing it. We're thinking that black is actually blocking blue, which is why Toby came in for the position, because I think otherwise Toby would be clearing.
would have cleared
That
it.
is his sort of speciality shot. Actually, we can see on the screen it is very angled. I don't think it is blocking the hoop actually.
He's looking like shaping to try and squeeze by. We haven't got a fantastic angle on this.
Okay.
Oh, that's a better angle.
It is
it's
just
open,
an
yeah.
angle too.
It is. That's
Oh,
it.
he's run it. There we go.
There we go.
Very nice there.
That's good.
That's a really tricky one to get through, but he's done that, and luckily the ball is sort of within a zone where he can easily hit it with his mallet through the hoop. If it gone, another foot further, it creates quite a hampered shot from that position.
Okay, well, Frances Coleman's finished her extensive refereeing duties over on court 1.
Yes.
There was a tape measure involved.
Oh, sounds exciting.
I got a call to go over an assist, but she'd done it by then. So we'll find out in a minute what that was all about.
It's not often the tape measure comes out.
Not often the tape measure comes out. I think it was a hampered stroke by an immovable object outside the grounds.
Right.
Maybe a sprinkler head or something like that, and probably a replacing of a ball.
So I think Andres went to clear red there, as he had a double on the hoop and red, but unfortunately it looks like he missed both. So Blue just checking what he can do there.
Manuel not that happy that he's got
No,
anything too clean with the blue.
That's very tricky to clear from that position. Yellow looking to come up for the block, I would imagine, or just take a position. Either or will be good.
It's hard to tell with Toby because his approach to these long positional shots,
they look very similar to his
exactly
clearances.
the same as his "I'm going to hit the centre of this ball from miles away" stance.
It's run a touch too far there.
Yeah,
Yellow. Yeah, be disappointed with that.
Yeah.
But then Manuel's
got this.
he's in a very tricky position.
Hampered
here.
one through the hoop. So the danger here is
decent amount of power. Oh, very
he's
nice.
got them both.
Oh, he's got both.
He's got them both. He kind of planned for that, but
That
hitting the red was the objective.
given his starting position, that really
Yeah.
is a cracking shot. That is very good. Take both balls out as well. You regain control.
So he didn't call for a referee on that one. That wasn't required. But I mean, people at home, you got to bear that one in mind. The stroke through the hoop. It's a shot that probably ought to be refereed, really, at maybe at a club level. The snag is twofold. One, it's all about getting a clean and legal contact with the ball. The stroke is hampered, so you must hit it with the flat surface of the mallet and not the beveled edge. So you've got two problems. One, if you reach for it too much, and you stand a good chance of hitting the ball with the bottom bevel, and perhaps more obviously, because the hoop is in the way of your forward stroke. If you happen to clip the hoop before reaching the ball, that can throw your mallet offline, causing the mallet to hit the ball with the beveled edge.
Yes.
So that one was clean enough.
There are
the ball
multiple
was
perils.
fine. There are perils of strokes like that.
He has overcome them all in this scenario.
He did. That one wasn't actually tricky for him. If it'd been another ball roll further forward, then he'd have
Yes. Just trying to see whether
a bit
red has
tougher for him.
managed to wire itself. And given that black seems to be shooting at red, I would say it probably did wire itself from blue. He's moved it, but not really enough.
Not enough.
There's
He's still got a
still
shot there.
good
Still got a
shot
stroke.
there. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, I think Toby's just coming for another position to block
Toby's
black.
going for a wire on black.
Yeah.
Now you might think, why is he not just clearing blue here? He's not clearing blue there because he can only take him to the boundary, and at this level you'd expect blue to hit red anyway.
Yeah, the distance he can clear blue there is so short.
Is insufficient.
These
So
guys are definitely going to clear from
right,
that distance,
yeah.
and that looks a
that
little short.
Looks short
Yeah,
for the
it
block.
does.
No, he's left
Left it wide open,
He's
but
left it wide open.
that
If he
I mean,
chooses to go for the
black,
hoop.
black would be a very long hoop if he managed to run that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The good thing is he's not left a double, so he hasn't left a double with yellow and
Yeah.
the hoop. So
So
the back of the
Miles
back of
got
the hoop
into
that's
the
interesting.
jaws,
So
just
maybe-
not quite through. Might make them reconsider what they do here because red is on an angle. It will hit the blue ball before it enters through the hoop, and so it probably won't run. So he's not going to attempt it.
And then black's got to clear yellow because Toby is one of the best jump shot players in the world, and that for Toby is a trivial jump.
Yes, and I think what they're trying to do here is just set it up so that red's in a good position even if yellow does get cleared. But if Toby can jump blue, they're in a really advantageous position for hoop 3 because blue is stuck in the jaws there.
That's right. Yeah. If you jump at even numbered hoops, and you're jumping over the ball that's next to play, then happy days for the next heap as well. On the other courts, court 1, Spain have a 6-3 lead.
6-3, 5-3.
Is it 5?
I think it's
You've got
5.
younger eyes than me,
Yeah.
Duncan. 5-3.
Oh, well, somebody just ran a boundary hoop or something. Oh no, maybe it was a clearance on that lawn.
And on the lawn with JP Mobley and Aston on court 3, they are at 1-1. If you're sitting at home and you want
Want to ask us
I
a
was
question?
about to, I was going to say after you want to, I was about to say you could follow it on Croquet Scores, but that relies somebody on filling Croquet Scores in on real time. But
don't know if it's real time.
that's actually not happening. Of course.
If you want the live updates,
The live
it's from
update.
us.
It is indeed.
But if you
say
want-
you go for a split
yes.
screen, but it's not working. So
If you want to ask us a question on YouTube, I think,
so that's
this means that
Yeah.
Toby needs to get the jump, otherwise
yeah.
Blue is going to come through.
So
But I think
Toby's jumping this all day, and we.
Toby is probably one of the best jumpers in the world.
He
so
is. Yeah,
if not the best.
I'd put lots of money on Toby scoring this.
So we're back to betting again on
Yeah,
Croquet.
we're back to betting. Yeah, all that. It's topical discussion.
Yes,
given
we'll take a sweepstake jar.
Yeah. And
Yeah, Chris was telling me earlier about Ian Burridge using AI to tell him who he should bet on, who's going to win.
so
Toby with the jump here.
Savage to jump with a big prize if he gets it, and he does. But unfortunately, he has just moved blue. Don't think he contacted blue, but the contact with the hoop
the hoop moved blue.
Yes. Yeah, he got the prize, which is the hoop.
He got the prize, which is the hoop,
not-
but not the big prize of leaving
Black is in
leaving
it.
blue hampered.
Yeah. Don't know whether it's going to push his black or just move forward. There you go. It's looking a little slow.
So just needed another yard.
It's runnable,
really, it's
but
runnable, it's not bang in front.
Yeah, it's not 100%. And these hoops are tricky on the angle, so yeah, red will come up for a nice position here.
So the hoops here are the Atkins quadway hoops, which if you've not come across those at home at your clubs, they're getting increasingly more popular, particularly with the bigger clubs are now slowly re-equipping with the Atkins quadways. The advantage that they have is twofold. Perhaps an underused quality is that they are adjustable at the top, and so you can adjust them for different widths for different classes of play, in addition to the traditional way of altering hoop widths, which is the pinching together of the soil around the carrots. And the carrots they're called quadways. The carrots are actually square, so not carrots at all. So they're a square section.
Very long pyramids.
Very long pyramids, and they're a lot. And he's just moved. Now the black has just nudged blue on a little more, so that becomes now
slightly
a very
easier.
much more,
Yes,
more runnable hoop.
he's definitely going to take that on.
He definitely is. So
And that means Toby is definitely going to be shooting at it.
Indeed, this is all about forcing the hand of your opponent.
Yeah.
So here's Toby with another long wind up.
The other interesting thing about the quadways is that traditionally, when you're pinching a standard hoop, when you pinch in the bottom, it's narrow at the bottom and it's wider at the top.
Yes.
But the quadways are the same width
All the way down.
all the way down. So actually, jumping a tight hoop no longer has a benefit.
Oh, and he's got
very
them both. Well, look at that. So that's
a double prize there.
that
So
is
we'll be
that
happy
is
with
a double prize there.
And red is a little bit far away, but in a runnable position.
But this now for me gives England a slight advantage at this hoop.
Yes.
It's still one to be contested, but I'd rather be England than Spain now from this position.
Yeah, it's a tricky decision here for Manuel where to put the blue.
Where to put it?
Because if he puts it anywhere in between the hoop and red, we know that it's
Well,
just going to disappear
I
quite
think
quickly.
if he puts it, and he is going in.
Is he going? He's
He
got to
is
go in
going
really
in.
close if he's going in.
Yeah. So for me, then he's relying on. Okay, so he obviously fears Red's
Okay,
hoop.
maybe, yeah.
Fears Red's hoop shot because he's gone there.
Stuart made a similar one earlier in the previous game and ran it very nicely. So
I haven't got an angle on our screen at the moment to see how tight that is.
I mean, I don't think it's any harder than what he ran in front of us in the last game.
Oh right, well here
So
we go then, Stu. Now's your
looks
big,
like he's
now's your
going
big
for it.
moment. See if we can do it again.
The stop.
Oh, no, he didn't. Okay, so he's
Looked
looked like he was going for the hoop,
yeah.
but
He'll be a bit disappointed there because red just had a bit too much power. And actually, blue going slightly less far wouldn't have been too much of an issue because he's clearing to the near side boundary anyway, so there's not actually that much distance you can get between the balls and the hoop anyway.
yeah, blue's never going to be out of the game there, is it?
Black positioning nicely,
I think so.
right behind red, so there's not much point in red clearing there either. Maybe Toby's going to clear black.
No,
Well, if Toby clears
no,
black.
I think he's just coming in for a positional stroke here by his body language. So he's going to try and get on black's line, I'd imagine, just as an insurance, which he has.
That looks pretty good.
Looks pretty good from the angle we're looking at.
On the screen, there we go.
You can see it on the screen.
Yeah,
Yep.
nice.
Oh, that's good.
That is a very good block there on black. So yes,
Yeah.
that was the better shot.
That was the better
I guess
play.
if he had cleared black, well, the trouble with clearing black is it only pushes it back to the boundary. From that
You've still got a hoop stroke,
Yes.
and
black just comes straight forward and
yeah.
positions. But yes, blue.
It's good patient play, I think.
Trying to send red to the opposite side of the lawn here, I would imagine.
I'm not sure if he's taking yellow, is he? I think he went for a nudge on yellow, didn't he?
Yeah, unless he's trying to hide from red. Yeah. That's too far with red. So Andres did a good jump earlier, but I think given the proximity of all the balls here, I think he's just going to go clear.
This is a clearance, and we'll play a few more rotations here. Yeah, stay close by black.
Yeah.
So
not too much power.
Chris used the description of neutrality earlier on, which I quite like, and I think that we're back pretty well to that. It's a bit. We'll have quite a few rotations before anybody's given a hoop shot here, I think.
Yes, and over on lawn 1, Spain have just beaten England 7-4. And that is Patricio and
Nicholas.
So that was very good. I saw Nicholas do an excellent clearance to take England's blue ball out of the hoop from quite a distance. And obviously that swayed it, and they've come 1-7-4. Blue looks like
Meanwhile, Manuel.
He looks like he's taking on the hoop.
Could be taken on the hoop if yellow. If yellow doesn't run, it's an ambitious one with red sitting there, and he's clanged a near wire there and run across the face of the hoop. So this is the pressure off hoop shot.
Yeah, this gives Stu a fairly
Stu Smith.
Fairly straight hoop here, and he'll be looking to just give that enough power to send it down to 4. Yeah, very nice.
That's nice and smooth, and that's good enough. So England take the 2-1 lead. A bit shorter than Andres would have liked. So I think he'd have probably wanted another good yard on that. That is really rather short. So Toby now positioning, and we'll leave red with Stuart Smith's red to clear. Toby finding a little bit of a left to right hill there. He's still got hoop running position, but has wandered off to his left. Sorry, his right, our left. So blue has now blocked the black. But Stu still needs to hit something here, because if he doesn't, black clears yellow, and then it's all down to Toby to save the hoop from a long way. So and that's a good shot by Stu. Well done, Stu. Sending black more or less into corner 4, and his own ball off by the halfway marker between hoops 4 and 5. Not too sure how much of yellow black can see from its position. Andres is moving all the furniture to get a clean stroke on this. He's lining it up. I think he can see something. And
There's obviously a tight one there with the
clang of the hoop there. He's got a good position. Considering he hit the hoop, he's got an excellent position.
Yeah.
So this looks
yellow's a bit of an angle, but it's not.
Looks runnable.
Yeah.
For Toby. Toby's having a good line up now.
He was running lots of these
Seems
last week
seems
as
pretty
well.
confident with this one.
I think also, given the position of red, it's a good time to run this hoop.
Ooh, and
that's gone straight in and back out again.
That has.
I think it was a bit too much on the far upright.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a gift for the Spaniards now. So Manuel should convert from here for 2-all for Spain.
Yes, nice
Indeed,
hoop there.
indeed he does.
Wow.
So that's 2-all. And England have got a good position here.
Yeah.
Yellow, although it was rejected, has come back into a good ball clearing position here. If red is a tidy first ball in, that needs to stop that. I think it's going.
No, it's gone a bit far.
Stu's
It's in line with the hoop.
overcooked
Yeah,
that one.
That is.
It's
I'll be upset with that one
He
because
will
he
be.
was right in front of the hoop there.
he was. That was an error of judgment there. So
But I guess it's defensive.
yeah, you're looking for the positives there, I think.
Yes. Well,
Black's very short. I
think
don't know if he
maybe
was
Black
trying
was
to hide
trying
from red, but
to get the wire there.
it looks like he's open on red's open on black
Yes,
to
I think
me.
so.
So
Let's see.
Toby has.
That looks very nice
That
from
looks
Toby.
much
Yeah,
better.
perfect.
Yeah, that's
Nicely lined
really
up.
good.
Yeah, we can't quite see whether black is wide from red, but it looks like red has a full ball
It looks
view
like
of,
it comes
blue,
across
of
the
black.
face of the
Yes.
hoop, doesn't it? Yeah.
So I think what Toby was trying to do there with yellow was also to block the red. But
Ooh,
close.
So
You're trying to take double prize there with clearing the yellow and
clear
running the hoop.
and the in off.
Didn't quite make it though.
So we'll find out whether red can see black, or whether it even bothers. There's no real value in hitting black. Red's only really got a deep position now, so he's got to come back far enough that black thinks it's not worth hitting him, and then yellow takes blue.
Yeah, what's your position here?
Yeah, I'm thinking red.
I think
Red comes deep,
yes.
so deep that black thinks, oh, we're not going to find out. He's going to say black anyway. There we are. So my theory.
I personally would have come back deep as
I'd
well.
have come back deeper.
Keep the hoop shot available.
Yeah, keep the hoop shot available.
Because-
Challenge black to actually get a block.
I don't feel like that actually progresses your position at all because red basically is in a defensive position again, but no hoop
But
run.
no hoop run.
And black just comes straight back.
Yeah.
And now has a position.
So we've now got a situation where Spain are taking position and England are doing the clearing, which, given that England were first to the hoop in the first place, and this is all a legacy of the first shot being
just a bit long,
overcooked.
yes.
Yeah. So it's often happens when you've got multiple rotations. An error that you make in one rotation just tends to lead to a lot more croquet around the hoop
Yes,
than would have been the case had you nailed the first shot. And then you've got to try and have lots and lots of rotations to get back to where you should have been in the first place. So
And then it comes down to who makes
yeah.
the mistake first,
Indeed, yeah.
rather than continuing your advantage of first approach.
Yeah.
Once they realise they need to get in some sort of position, that's come short. I'm not even sure that yellow.
No, I'm not sure that yellow runs, but I don't think we're going to get a chance to find out. Manuel is going to clear yellow anyway and hold its position. So I'm not sure about that stroke strategy for yellow.
Unless, of course, he's actually going for red and we just can't see the angle. Go.
Oh, he was going for red. Yeah, it's awkward. We have no elevation, so it's hard to see the.
But he
the
uncharacteristically missed that clearance. It wasn't that far. That's a fairly guaranteed clearance there.
Yeah, that was a poor miss.
So I think we'll say goodbye to black here as red comes in for the clearance. Unfortunately, yellow could have been a bit further along. Yeah, nice
yellow jaws at least for there, which, given that it's hoop 5, is a result.
Yeah, I think.
Meanwhile, on hoop court 1, Ewan Burridge and Jamie Birch have just started. First balls to all in position at hoop 1. England have gone first, having lost the previous game. And Jamie Birch has done a snuggle against red that Rachel G would have been proud of. Good afternoon, Rachel, if you're listening. Rachel is the snuggling chief as far as I'm concerned. She does it all day long and is one of the very best at it. So
Toby taking on this slightly angle too. Let's see if he can do it on this one. Obviously,
he's gone in the jaws, and that's a lovely position.
Yeah, that is good.
At hoop 5, you've got to love that.
Obviously, he wasn't feeling so confident after his hoop 4 rejection.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he'd have gone for the jaws anyway, because jaws at hoop 5 is really strong for scoring hoop 6 as well. So.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we weren't sure exactly of the angle, whether it was runnable and he had to play the jaws, but obviously they're feeling blues kind of come halfway-ish.
He's relying by going in the jaws and either. I think he chose to go in the jaws. He's just relying on Stu Smith to knock black out of jumping position.
That's not too far.
More or less any contact on black is good here.
If you push black to the boundary, it's fairly unlikely they're going to be able to.
Yeah, that's
pretty good.
That's good.
He has come back to the boundary. If he makes that jump, that really is an incredible shot.
Yeah. So he's Andre's faced with the angle, so 10.5 to 11 yard jump.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
It'll be good if he does it. He's not decided. He's given up on this and is going halfway to the peg. He'll try and get in on yellow's line. So he wants to be as close to the peg as possible, but not hiding behind it himself.
No.
And I think he's made a good effort at that.
Yeah, that's good.
That is pretty good. That looks nailed on right in the middle to me.
Yeah, it does look like it's sort of blocking yellow's approach, which is a good shot there.
So this is going to be 3-2 to England, but the good position of black. See if Toby can get past black to take a good position at hoop 6 and take command of that as well. And this will be a turning point in the match if England get two hoops ahead, which is always the aim.
There. That looks like it's overrunning a touch. Yeah, it's just gone a bit far, but he's still right by the hoop, so it is still an advantageous position to be in, which means blue's going to have to think about where they're going to position this, unless they're feeling black can definitely clear yellow.
Black's open on yellow. I think.
Yes.
I think that's the play.
I think so. I think
blue takes position
nicely,
and he trusts his brother to clear the yellow. Blue's a little short than it could have been.
but it's nicely
So red-
straight on the hoop.
Red is
Decided to-
hedging his bets, and
I think red was maybe.
that looks a bit overcooked as well.
Yeah,
So
I get the feeling.
England long twice.
Well, black's basically got 2 balls to clear there as well, so it sort of makes it a bit more.
Yeah,
Although to be honest,
it's only yellow he needs,
Yeah.
isn't it? And then
hitting red is actually a disadvantage because it'll push it to the left.
Indeed. And he's got the wrong one.
Yeah, that he'll be
So he's
very
got the-
annoyed about that.
Yeah, he will be. He's got the wrong one. So a controlled clearance here on.
I just saw
blue.
as he hit the ball, he just twisted his mallet slightly. I think it just went off to the left.
So this one in snooker terms is all about control of the cue ball. We know that the blue is going to go away, but centre ball and good control here keeps control of Toby's cue ball.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to hit it hard
He
because the
doesn't.
lawns are running so quickly.
That's right. You don't. A mid clearance that will go to the
That's
boundary.
very nice.
That will go to the
Yeah.
boundary, and Toby's maintained position.
And
So
that's really good power there from Toby.
Yeah,
Good
and-
control.
and that has really punished Andres' error for hitting the wrong ball.
Yeah, I'd say you'd normally expect Andres to be
You would.
clearing those sorts
Yeah.
of shots, and he certainly was in the European Championships a couple of weeks ago. He was playing very well, so I'm surprised that he's not hit that one. But all players make a few mistakes.
Indeed, yeah, and it's a different thing, isn't it? Playing as an individual and playing for your country. I think Andres said in his introduction of the team it was his first time as captain of
really?
Spain. Forgive me if I misheard that.
I'm not sure who the captain
But,
was previously. May have been his
Maybe
older brother, Jose.
that is a very good shot.
Yeah.
So
But he's done it in front
yeah,
of
Manuel's. Yeah,
probably the competition's.
we've
best
got a shot there just on the screen
Yeah.
that it was good, but yellow is still open.
Okay.
So
yes, you can see it there.
Yeah. There we are. Got a perfect
Yes.
perfect view. Well done, our cameraman and our
Yeah,
production
very
team
nice.
for spotting that one. That gives you the view of the
It'll be interesting to see whether.
the.
Well, it'll come down to what happens with black. I think that's a really good position from red. I think it looks like black is now blocked on hitting yellow.
Could
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
If so, that's a very nice position from red. They're talking about it, so I think that's obviously what's happened.
That is the case. Yeah.
And he's going to have to come in and
He's going to have to
probably-
come in and hope for the best. I think.
probably try and
I don't
Come up
think he
close.
can see yellow.
block blue and hoop if he can. Yeah, he's coming in for position.
Black trying to avoid
Oh,
red.
it's wobbled.
Oh, that's
That's
done nothing at all. So
it would
Here's
look like
an-
good
so
pace,
here's-
but it actually. If you
here's an
watched
interesting
it,
one now. So Toby's got a choice of clearing blue or running the hoop. I think he'll probably take on the hoop here because red is hampered by the presence of black behind it.
Yes.
So he's got a hoop scoring chance here. Yes, if he misses, blue scores, but the prize is really good.
The prize
so
is
here,
good.
here is Stu just
Looking at that.
looking and seeing what he's got, and I
It's
suspect
not
he won't
great,
like it.
But also, yellow clears blue, and you're back to the boundary. And Manuel's been clearing pretty well, and I would say he's got a fair chance of clearing the red. So actually, I think you're right. I think taking the hoop.
I think taking the hoop here,
Yeah, and Toby's been running.
You've got to
hoops pretty well.
look at the scoreboard and say, well, we're 3-2 up. Worst case scenario, we're 3-3, but big prize, we get to 4-3. It's a hoop scoring opportunity that might not come round again.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
it's
exactly
dead-
what
it's
he's
dead
decided.
straight.
Yes,
So
and if he does miss-hit it,
if he does
the
miss hit
second
it,
prize
it's
is
eclipsed
he
blue
cleared
anyway.
blue.
Okay, so
I don't know. I think
I think
so.
he was
He meant to do that.
I think
because
he
is-
meant to do that.
and
Yes.
he's maybe Stu said I can score this hoop anyway.
Yes.
So
They're taking the advantage on hoop 7.
Yeah, that's right.
Andres is also looking at that and telling
It was
him
the way that Stu was over the ball. He
Yes.
didn't spend very long over the ball,
But
and
obviously he was
I
confident.
interpreted that I'm not happy.
Yeah, that's
but
what I
he
thought as well.
interpreted it clearly was that yes, I can score this. So
his
here we
his
are.
years of croquet experience said
Indeed.
yes, I can absolutely
So
do that.
Manuel's blue to try and clear red, and he's
Oh,
clipped the
yeah,
edge of it.
he's done
He's
it.
done enough. So that's good from there.
Now the question is, does Stu decide now to clear blue, or does he just go and run the hoop? And I think he just has to go and run the hoop because yellow is in such a good position.
Yeah, again, it's the prize, isn't it?
Because it also
the prize
means
is really good. If
It
England
sort of forces black to also run that hoop, and then yellow is still there.
is still there.
So I think he does have to take on the hoop there.
So Stu Smith from Peg High
Ooh.
and hits the post.
Yeah, it just looked like
It's
just
the-
as it was coming up to the hoop, it
Looked
sort
like-
of it bounced a little bit.
Yeah,
and I think it just went slightly off course.
Didn't get that quite as cleanly as he would
Yeah, I
have
think
hoped.
as he hit it, it was.
But see, this is great for England. Even so, the prize is really good here. Andres has to go for the hoop, and
Yeah,
both red and yellow are in super position. In fact, red's over halfway probably.
Yeah, so a nice hoop
So,
there
but
from Andres.
yellow's got first approach from a great position.
So that's 3-all.
Not sure if red is over halfway. Looks like it from here.
But if you wanted to win one of those two hoops, you prefer to win hoop 7. Because
Indeed, yeah.
You can run down to 8.
And your one hoop up, and your red was offside, and
Yeah.
the Spaniards have taken
But-
him to the east boundary.
And does Toby try?
So
Does, I think
surely he's just positioning from here.
Yeah.
There's no pressure to have a hoop shot. Indeed. Yeah.
A little bit cautious. He could have gone a bit
So-
closer, but I guess you don't want to ruin that advantage.
No,
That's still pretty
that's-
good. Manuel's thinking, clear this, because even if he doesn't hit it, he's on the boundary at the back.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
doesn't
that's
make
a
it.
miss. So yeah, I'm not sure.
So
I'm not sure about that, because I think, how are you winning the hoop? I'd be putting one in there and trusting black to clear the yellow.
Well, I like it because
I know
because
you
of the
put-
angle, you come back, and even if you miss, as he's done,
He's
still got a hoop.
He's still got a hoop
He's
shot.
still got a
from
hoop
the
shot.
boundary, I suppose. But
So then,
yeah,
and you're fairly certain yellow's going to go through. So as he's done, he's missed with blue. Which now you've got your second chance with black. And had he hit it, that's great because red plays up, then black plays up, and blue is still in a position to go away and clear red later.
yeah.
And he's
And
missed
he's
that.
missed it anyway. So blue was vindicated by going for the hoop in the first place. If yellow was going to miss,
Yeah.
Uh,
Andres' clearances haven't been very
they-
strong today.
no,
he's missed quite a few
his
of them.
percentage has been quite down on his usual.
Yeah, he's running the
So-
hoops pretty well, but clearance is not so good.
So Toby Savage for hoop 7 for a 4-3 lead for England. And
He's in the jaws.
He's going to be disappointed with that.
He'll be
but
disappointed,
I'm
but it's not the worst thing to happen.
It's a result in a way, because
Yeah.
that's a good position for charging down to the even numbered hoop at hoop 8.
So
So
the question is, does blue take position to allow black clear? Problem with taking position with blue is red is probably going to get rid of it.
Red's going to clear it anyway.
Does he take the chance and go for the jump, but he risks peeling?
Well, we'll find out. Let's have a look. He's lining up, and he
Lining
looks.
some. Oh, I think maybe he's got a.
Looks to me it's the jump. It's the jump.
Yeah.
So watch out here. Here it comes. It'll be a bounce. 2 bounces probably. Manuel from 7.5 yards. Certainly got the height,
Oh,
but not
yeah.
the direction.
Couldn't quite see it from our angle, how close it was to the hoop, but definitely had the right height.
So England in a great position now. Andres has got one shot at yellow.
So Red's just coming back to
But
defensive.
Red's going to be in place anyway.
Just to make sure.
So Red puts in the insurance ball, making sure he's got a clear run down to hoop 8 when and if yellow score this hoop. So Andres to try and keep Spain alive at this hoop. That was a good effort.
Very good effort, yeah, hit the hoop.
Hit the hoop leg and failed to dislodge the yellow.
So Toby's in a good position now.
Well, we can't quite see, but his
strong.
approach looks like he's having to go slightly to his left.
Yeah, it's a bit off centre.
A bit off centre.
But
and he's played that carefully.
That looks really nice.
Anyone at home?
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Toby's stroke there had no follow through. Really important, no follow through there, because we're looking at a crush, frankly. So too often in club play, somebody will just walk up to the ball and crash that through, and then there's horrible noise, and everybody walks off, and it's a crush, folks. So.
Welcome. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry, I had some connectivity issues. Hopefully you are now hearing and seeing the live stream. We'll get the commentators back up and ready in a moment. Apologies for that. Right, well, welcome back, everybody. You got the pictures a few moments ago, and so we resume the commentary. While you've been gone, there was a bit of a tussle at hoop 9, but eventually England prevailed there, so lead 6-3. I'm just trying to get the live feed up on my monitor, so I'll wait for my colleagues in the production room to do that. Meanwhile, I'll comment live as I see it, and I'll just be quiet for because Toby Savage has a long shot from right in front of our commentary position on the south boundary behind hoop 9. I'll let Toby play this stroke, and then I'll be back with you.
so that one was way off. Toby didn't connect with that one at all right, and missed the blue that he was almost certainly going for. So this will be Andres to close the gap for Spain. It's 6-3 to England at the moment. Now 6-4 to England. So England very much in the box seat. Also, while we were offline, the game on court number 1 concluded. I think the score was they've taken the scoreboard off now, but I think it was
7-1.
It was 7-1 to the English pair. That was Jamie Birch and Ewan Burridge beating Patricio Junior Garay and Nicolas Denziot. And so England have a 1-0 lead in the test match as we stand. Duncan Catterall has now resumed his seat beside me, having done his technical bit in the production room to help us get back online. So
yes, so we're all back with you guys again.
So we're 6-4 to England on the game you're watching,
yep.
With in contrast to the game on court 3,
Spain is 6-3
which
up.
is Spain is 6-3 up, and that's in the that's Jose Riva and Juan Ojeda against JP Mobley and Aston Wade. So that one looks like going Spain's way, which will tie that match, and they will be playing a third game decider. Back on our featured match, of course, we're on only on game 2,
and yellow's gone a bit far by the looks of it. So I think blue is trying to take out red.
Yeah, so Manuel Alberto
like
Sala with blue is shooting at something, surely taking red, and he has.
Oh, he got both.
He got both red and red onto yellow.
Yeah.
So a result there for Spain.
A result, but red didn't go as far as he would have liked because black is in a hoop scoring position.
Yeah.
Actually hitting the yellow.
Yeah,
black
wasn't actually as good. No.
Yeah.
So at first you think, great, he's got 2 balls, but actually it wasn't what he wanted.
Yeah, and that's pretty upsetting for them because
now Stu's he's hit that nice long way away, but he hasn't got it quite in the centre of the ball, so he'd be disappointed to have ricocheted off to the north boundary. So it's a first return to the action area for Spain. Black coming in from Andres Alvira Sala.
Black's
but he's massively overcooked that.
He won't be happy with that at all.
So Toby Savage with the yellow to take position, and we could be into quite a few rotations again now, I think.
Yeah, so yellow just coming in directly behind black to limit how far black can clear yellow. Blue trying to block the hoop from red. Red's currently on the boundary. Stu might be feeling bold. I mean, they're 6-4 up.
They're 6-4 up.
If you can see the hoop, I mean, it is a very long boundary hoop there onto 11, but
that's 10 yards.
But it is effectively a free shot because black can't run. Black's going to push yellow back,
and yellow can probably clears blue. So he's
coming close.
We'll never know. He's coming close. Just clips blue. Probably didn't want to do that. So it's knocked him off a bit.
Yeah, hopefully yellow.
It's a pressure position for England now.
I think they're just checking whether yellow has actually been blocked from blue and whether they need to clear it at all. But from the looks of it, they are going to. Oh, they're pushing. They want to push yellow into the blocked position. I guess the only downside of that is by pushing yellow further back, you show more of the hoop. and I would not be surprised is if they push yellow back a bit further to block it.
Yeah.
Toby would go for the hoop.
Well, yellow. He's got to hit yellow here because yellow scores. The angle Toby's got there, yellow scores, doesn't it?
That's a bit of a tricky angle.
Yellow scores if it can't see blue. It scores if it can't see blue.
It looks like a 45-degree angle to me from here.
Yeah.
Right, let's see if I can get it up on the live stream on my phone.
Right.
And we can...
So our monitor's gone down, so we don't know whether we've got. Do we know that we're broadcasting to Duncan?
Sorry?
Do we know if we're broadcasting or not?
We are currently
we are.
broadcasting.
We've lost our monitor. That's all. Oh, okay.
Here we go.
So we've got the camera view on Duncan's phone rather than on our monitor. So what's yellow's angle then?
Yeah, it looks like yellow's currently blocked from blue right now where red is based on the screen.
So they've got to decide whether to.
So what's your play with black then, Chris? What are you going to do? Do you block on the hoop, or do you just?
If you go for a block on the hoop and you get it, tremendous. But if you don't, then you're left looking a bit with egg on your face, aren't you?
And it is pretty tricky on these lawns because they are so quick.
They are. They're true, so you haven't got that to worry about. So it's and they're in gorgeous condition because it's Roehampton, probably the best manicured courts in the country. So he is going for the block. So if you can do it anywhere, you can do it at Roehampton because you can trust the quality of the grass and the flatness of the surface. So Manuel just marking the spot for Andres. And he's come in.
I think that's got the block.
I think it's got the block, all right.
I think it's got it.
Yeah. So here we have. I reckon this is Toby jumping the hoop.
I think it is. You know,
it's
they're
Toby
6-4
jumping
up.
He did. He scored one like this against me last weekend. I gave him hoop 12 jump, hoping he'd peel me, and of course he didn't.
Yes,
and,
he does that.
Yeah, and so here we are for the grandstand finish. Toby to jump hoop 12 for the game and the match.
Oh, he's obviously had second thoughts.
Second thoughts.
Maybe his alignment wasn't quite right.
Come back and having a think about it.
Maybe the pressure's just got to him a little bit.
Just getting his head in gear, I think.
Yeah.
Or are they having a second thoughts on the whole stroke in the first place? Oh, I think what might have happened there is Toby. Looks like the Spaniards are now in play. I think Toby might have. Yeah, Toby must have touched his ball.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess if he's in his striking stance,
absolutely,
then
that's the stroke. So.
He'll be very disappointed.
He will be disappointed.
We're disappointed. We didn't get to see
we didn't get to see this. Showpiece finished, did we? Never mind. 6-4 to England.
Yeah.
And on court 3, it's 6-3 to Spain. So they're still contesting
nearly
hoop 10.
It was very nearly 7-3 to Spain there, but they just missed that hoop. But it's okay, they've actually got 2 balls in front of the hoop, so Spain are in a pretty strong position
to take that second game.
Okay, so
and
Stu's
take that
come
match
over. Yes, very.
And that's a great shot. So
yeah, really
nice.
A
good recovery from Stu Smith there.
Yeah, they really needed that there. They want to finish this game off here on hoop 11.
Yeah.
And black was in a great position to run that hoop and then run down to 12 as well. So it was quite dangerous.
It was quite dangerous. So Andres back into. Oh.
Interesting.
I'm sure he didn't play for that.
I don't think he meant to do that.
He didn't mean to do that, but he's got a result. And yes, they're having a bit of a laugh at that one.
Yeah, they seem to be quite happy with that, even if it was an accident.
Yes. So he must have found a little hill there because that was way off. If it was, he wouldn't have tried to go that tight to the hoop.
Chris Clark was mentioning earlier that he thinks there is a slight slope between the peg and hoop 11
Yeah.
here, so
maybe,
may have just
maybe
pulled it
Andres
across.
found that. I
mean,
think he
good-
must have done, because he
yeah.
wouldn't have taken such a tight line otherwise. So
So,
Toby
yeah,
looks to have
Toby
Toby's
needs
got
to
a clear shot on black here. She's got enough of it,
but
just pulled it out.
yeah, it looks like black is no longer runnable, but yellow is very far away. He must have just come off the edge there.
Yeah. So Spain in charge of this hoop, keeping themselves alive in this game. I'm just trying to see what's going on.
So I think, we've got our monitor back.
We
which
have
is
got our
great.
monitor back.
Very handy.
So note from our production team there, so we can see a lot more. We've got a couple of angles now, rather than trying to
That's
just commentate live.
And we've got a couple of messages on the YouTube comments. We've got some supporters from Azerbaijan who are apparently supporting Ewan Burridge.
Good heavens!
There we go.
I bet he didn't know he had Azerbaijani, if that's what your countrymen are called, Azerbaijani supporters club for Ewan Burridge.
Exactly. Well,
Crikey.
Ewan's already played and Ewan has already won, so you'll be happy to hear that. He will be playing again a bit later. I'm not sure if they're taking a break for lunch after this game, and then we'll resume.
So tell us, folks, in Azerbaijan.
But don't worry, Azerbaijan,
Yeah.
Ewan will be on screen before you know it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
So black getting the block on red, which is the insurance that against Toby nailing this clearance on blue.
Or does he just
No, I
go
think
for the black?
Blue's got a hoop shot. I think he has to take blue, I think. So Toby from the boundary. Is that 14 yards?
Oh,
That's
centre
great,
ball.
centre
Very
ball, and he
nice.
didn't catch that quite cleanly. The ball jumped after he played it, so he came down on the ball a bit,
Yeah.
but straight nevertheless, and
Yeah, very
hits
good
the blue
play.
on the nose. So here we end up with blue coming back into position, and for my money, a jump from red. Black is sufficiently far out; he's unlikely to peel it.
Yeah, well, Blue's looking for the clearance, so
Blue's
we can't
gonna
get ahead of
we
ourselves.
can't get ahead of ourselves, and
No, he's missed
but let's see it then, Stu.
I think Manuel's cooled off a bit. He was hitting all
Yeah.
of those in the first game.
So
Stu looking for.
it's
think
no,
he's just
it's
looking
just going to look to clear, and we'll
Yeah, it's the safer
we'll
version.
play some. Yeah, we'll play some more.
He doesn't need to hit it
Yeah.
hard. He just needs to push it. Oh no,
Oh, he is
he's
going for the jump. Here
Okay, we are
then.
getting
So
the finish.
we're getting the big finish that we hoped for a moment ago with Toby. So Stu Smith for the game and the match, and he didn't connect that
He's sort
at
of
all well.
landed on top of black.
He did.
I mean, he was lucky to not peel back through there.
Yeah, I think it was far enough away that it was a safe jump, but he didn't seem to get hold of
Yeah.
it at all, did he? So be disappointed with that. Disappointed with that. So Spain to Andres to put black wired from red. Quite a big area he's got to put that in. Manuel's helping him out by pointing to the spot. Moves away before he plays the stroke. Oh, hang on, I've got a better plan, says Manuel. Still looks like plan A to me.
Yep, same
Yep,
thing.
same thing. So here we go.
He's overhit that.
And he's overhit it and poked out the other side.
Yeah.
So red sees it
That's
on
what
the red sees it on the east side, and that's
It's quite a nice one for red to clear, so I
Yeah.
think Toby will just come in for position.
he will. pretty sure now. Yeah. So not helping themselves here, Spain.
Yeah, looks pretty good from yellow. And just staying out of the way.
Conservatively back, isn't it? So he's giving himself a lot of tolerance for error there, coming that far back. Oh, and that's a sloppy one from Manuel. He's collided with hoop 10.
That's not good.
I don't think he needed to have taken such a close line to hoop 10. There was no need for that. And so Smith with kind of routine clearance on black. He's starburst off over to in front of hoop 7, but
Andres will need to clear this one.
Andres has got to clear this one, and then England come back in again. And as I said earlier, we've got a few more rotations in this yet. Oh, maybe not.
He's missed
so
it again.
Andres has missed again. He has
missed
quite a few.
Yeah.
So here we have Toby Toby with a straight shot for the match. Little pressure. Blue is nearish by, but a very much harder hoop shot than Toby's got.
Yeah,
Toby's
pretty hard.
Securing the hoop. They just want it to be nice and smooth. Doesn't need to go anywhere except through the hoop. We're not looking to take position anywhere else. This wins the match. It's a foreshortened view you have there, so it looks a shorter stroke than it actually is.
Yeah, it's a couple of feet away.
Yeah, it's probably a couple of yards. Oh, Toby, man. Right. So
just slightly to the right as you hit it, and it has just bounced back out.
Okay. Manuel taking a deep position. No value in getting any nearer to that because black's going to cannon fodder as it is now where he is. He can only be cleared to the boundary, and he then is a live ball to clear red if red had been better than that.
Still be disappointed with that.
Yeah, so come on, lads. The standard has dropped off from all four players at the moment, hasn't it? Since,
I think they're thinking it's definitely lunchtime.
I think they probably saw the food go by.
Yeah.
And
they're keen. On the other lawns, Spain have just won 7-4, so they'll be going to a third game.
And they're having a discussion with the tournament manager Jonathan Powell, probably about whether or not to play on or break for lunch. Yeah. Jonathan is gesturing towards court 2, so I imagine how quickly the game on court 2 finishes.
They're just sort of waiting to see what happens.
Will probably dictate whether they start their decider or not.
I think so.
So we're just waving hello to Jean, long-time Roehampton member. So back in the game, yellow's overrun that slightly, but it has blocked. He's blocked the black, hasn't he? So that's a good one. And so the game on court 3 is adjourning for lunch at 1 game all.
Looks like blue has the straight shot on the hoop here. Manuel's going to go for that. We want him to run this straight down to 12, put them in a good position to try and fight on the 13th. And he's through. Very nice hoop.
Through at the second attempt. Nice little top spin there, gave him a second chance. Ball wanted to go through the hoop and did. So 6. Spain closed the gap, and it's 6-5. England still in commanding position here. Not too sure whether yellow can get down the court. I think it can from our position. It could
That
be
looks
wide,
very
but not.
nice with
But that's
red.
a great
Yeah.
shot by red. So pressure really on the
Looks like-
Spanish now.
Yeah. Be interested to see how much of that ball both blue and black can see, and whether the peg's in the way.
So black's got an option here to take position. I think, yeah. This is the play. Black to promote blue. Now this is twofold. A so that blue definitely clears red. But if he doesn't, yellow would have snuggled up behind blue anyway.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
So he's got to play this shot. He hasn't hit that at all well though. Got the edge of it. That was a poor stroke by Andres. He's going to be cross with himself for the last half an hour, isn't he? He's gone right off.
Yeah.
And so
Black's of no use in that corner.
yeah. So he didn't get the promotion at all. He barely hit blue.
Yeah. Toby's going to try and get a block in between blue and red here, I would imagine.
That's right. And I think red's blocking blue's.
Yeah. I wonder whether blue
Hoop
can
shot
see the hoop
anyway.
though, because I think if blue. Oh, that's
Toby's pretty well got the block.
It's got about half.
It's got a half
But I wonder, can he see the hoop, and is he just going to go for it? Because black is in an awful position.
If he can see the hoop, I think he should, because England are all over this hoop, aren't they? And he's just
I guess
we'll never know whether he can see the hoop or not. But he's
yellow is obviously blocking enough.
Yeah, indeed. So
that was good play
this is
there
Stu
from
Smith
England.
for what should be a tap in for 7-6.
We're fairly certain, but you can never be too sure.
And
very nice.
there it is.
Very
Well played England.
well played,
7-6 to England. They win this game 2-0
Yeah.
and take a 2-0 lead in the Test match in completed games.
Yes.
So the players will now adjourn for lunch. I suspect we will probably do the same.
I think so, yes. But yes, the other game over on Lawn 3 still has another game to play because Spain and England won all in that. So
It will be interesting to see what the manager and captains will probably be a bit of negotiation whether they will start that game and play out that match, or whether I don't know what the overall plan is. They could suspend that game to be concluded later in order to go on with the second round of doubles, so that everyone can play. If they carry on with that third game, we could be another hour or more.
yes, I think.
And it would hold up at least one other game, wouldn't it?
Definitely holds up the schedule. So I would imagine the manager has told them to have a quick lunch and get back to it.
Yeah, it'll be
Everyone has to have a bit
quick
of a
lunch
break.
and get back to it, or suspend it and
Resume another day.
Well, we're not on a punishing schedule today. We've got another doubles match, potential three games, and it's a long evening. And yes, we have the dinner tonight, but we've got a lot more croquet daylight to play.
It's light until about
If Charlie
9:30
von Schmieder from my club is watching, then thank you for last night's game, Charlie. He and I played in the club championship, second game in the best of three, and we started at 6:30, and we pegged down at 10:05.
Oh, very
and
good.
it was still just about light enough to play. So it was the longest day of the year.
Yes.
But 10:10,
That's brilliant.
we were playing with no floodlights.
Sadly, I wasn't playing croquet last night, but at least I'm here today to watch the excellent croquet here at the England versus Spain Test match here at Roehampton. We'll be wrapping up for lunch now, so we'll take a quick pause on the live stream and resume back in about sort of half an hour, 45 minutes, I guess. And we'll see you then. Thank you to Croquet England for providing all the live stream equipment and running the live stream today, and also thank you to our sponsor, Sugar Beach International Croquet Cup. They are an event out in Mauritius which will be happening in April next year. So take a look at that link on the YouTube. Thank you, Chris Roberts, for commentating with me.
And thank you, Duncan.
Thank you, and we'll rejoin you shortly.
Okay.
Thanks.
Goodbye all.
Thanks for your company this morning. We will be restarting the afternoon session, and you will see on the Croquet England YouTube channel there is a session already planned, so don't go away, and we will see you soon.